Oh, that's bogus.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your hat as the Otterbein Cardinal Marching Band performs our national anthem.
And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Westerville, Ohio, the home of the Otterbein College Cardinals today as they welcome in our Mount Union Purple Raiders quickly down to the field for our national anthem. Nice job by the
Cardinal fans, you are invited to sing
marching band from Otterbein College as we welcome you back to Dwight C. Ballinger Field on the campus of Otterbein on a beautiful 71-degree sun-splashed Saturday afternoon for some OAC football, D3 style, as the Purple Raiders made the trip down south today to battle the Otterbein Cardinals. Should we pause here, John, for the alma mater for Otterbein so you can rise and salute, or are you okay with we'll just keep going here?
You know, I'm okay if we keep going, but hearing the
Welcome
Otterbein
home, my
love,
friend.
I was say hearing the Otterbein love song, I definitely reminisce of my days here and the many reasons why I chose to come here. And we didn't drive down the same brick street that I did when I first visited and look at Towers, the beautiful building off to our right, but it is good to be back home, good to be at Memorial Stadium. First time I ever called a game of any sort, it was on the campus radio station, WOBN, way back in 2012. I was just a Cheeto-fingered little, snot-nosed kid, and now here I am, 31 years old, and working with a true professional like yourself, and good to be back here.
Folks, he just said way back in 2012. How does that make some of us feel here on this Saturday afternoon? Good to have you back here, Johnny Sam Berkman, John Bazika, and we'll have early kickoff today, right? Little big Saturday, OAC style, 12:30 the kick today between the Purple Raiders and the Cardinals. Mount comes in 3-0. The Cardinals 0-3, John, and they're scuffling a little bit. A lot of changes going on down here. New SID pretty much right before the school year started. New coach pretty much right before the football season started. They're trying to find their way, and a little rough trying to find your way against the powerhouse like the Purple Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, obviously 2 years ago, I think they still had Tim Daup, who had been the longtime head coach roaming the sidelines. He took over my freshman year here at Otterbein, and they went 8-2 that first year, and he had a very successful 10 or 11 years here, and Tommy Zagorski was the guy who was the coach last year, but now a brand new coach this season and a new system. And I don't even believe that the head man is listed as the head coach. It's Jake Schaefer, but I think on the website, it's listed as interim. So it's a young team. It's a team that's going through change. It's a program that's going through change, and it reflects in the numbers, Sam. I mean, they're averaging 9 points per game. They're giving up 34 points per game. They're struggling defensively. And I think today is going to be one of those situations. You're 0-3 against, the arguably best team in the nation. You got to come out today with goals. for yourself because it's going to take an all-world effort to win today. So what are those check marks that you want to hit at the end of the day if you're Otterbein going against a powerhouse like Mount?
No doubt about it. Purple Raiders, as John mentioned, number 3 nationally ranked in the country. This is the 56th meeting between these two teams. Purple Raiders lead it. Well, they've won 44 in a row, if that tells you anything. 51-4 all time against the Otterbein Cardinals. Raiders have scored over 50 points against the Cardinals in each of the last 9 games, while Otterbein has only scored 56 points combined in those 9 games. Jeff Dart, 45-3 for the Raiders. As mentioned, interim coach Jake Schaefer, 0-3, taking over for Tommy Zagorski, who stepped away to kind of focus in on some personal health issues prior to the 2024 season. So it's the Purple Raiders and the Cardinals coming up. Hey, it'll be good to be back home 2 Saturdays in a row. Next week, we'll be back in Alliance as the Raiders will take on Wilmington at 1:30. And then the following Saturday, the Student Princes of Heidelberg come in to Mount Union. That'll also be a 1:30 kick. And, of course, if you can't make it to the games, and we certainly hope that you can, but if you can't, we got you covered here at AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live at Q92radiosports.com. Cardinals already on the field. Mount Union set to make their entrance to our left. I think one of the neater stadiums in the OAC and maybe in Division III is you only have one side. It's home, so it is very nice. It goes up. I think you still get like 3,500 people in here.
You do.
It goes up nice and high. They've got the elevators. They used to have a small little section of bleachers on the far side here. They no longer have that. So you've got the sidelines. You got about 3 or 4 yards of turf, and then you've got the running track, and then some grass, and then the fence that encapsulates the field here in Westerville. As I mentioned, the Cardinals are on the field. They got the old home look today going. What's they call it crimson down here, or what's
Cardinal?
They call it cardinal red.
Tan.
Tops and bottoms with the Cardinal helmets and the tan and white trim, white numbers and letters for the Cardinals. Mount Union set to come out. They're going to be dressed in the white jerseys today with the purple pants, purple helmets, purple numbers and letters with the purple and black trim. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and get you set for the opening kickoff. Little OAC football on your Saturday afternoon. Number 3 team of the country, Mount Union, against the homestanding Cardinals of Otterbein. John and I will be back after this on 1310 WDPN.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Back here in Westerville. Again, 72 degrees now. Just about ready to kick off here on 1310. Sam Berkman, John Bazika with your Purple Raiders. Looking to start off 4-0. Nice little crowd gathered. There was some folks doing some tailgating out in the parking lot as we arrived today. Mount Union folks, Otterbein folks. But they've done some nice work down here. You know, we get to come down every other year. But they've got they're improving the dining hall. You can see they've done some nice stuff to the buildings down here.
Yeah,
It's a nice little campus, kind of tucked away a little bit off the main drag.
Yeah, still have the athletic dorms off to the left of us here. Davis, as it was known back in the time, and for so many years. And as you said, Campus Center getting a facelift here at Otterbein. Otterbein did win the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So Purple Raiders will start with the football. And Sam, last couple weeks, slow starts have kind of plagued Mount Union early in games. They struggled early on a little bit against John Carroll. Last week kind of got things back on track and looked pretty effective in their early drives against Baldwin Wallace. We'll see in this road trip, second one in 2 weeks, how they do. I think a game like this is really interesting for Mount Union because you've got a string of games here that you're going to be heavily favored in, and you got to figure out how to continually get better every week, despite knowing that you're probably 4 touchdowns better than most of your opponents. And that's going to be really important to see how they handle this.
So Otterbein is set to kick off. Darnell Williams, Mr. Excitement, one of the 2 safeties back for the Raiders, and we are just about ready to get this one going here in Westerville on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. End over end knuckleball squibber, bouncer, whatever you want to call it. Up man for the Raiders grabs it at the 34-yard line, and that's where Mount will go first and 10 as Anderson with the return. And let's take a look at the Purple Raiders on offense for the first time today. Noah Boudry will be your quarterback out of Monroe Erie Mason High School. Your running backs will be Tyler Echeverry. You'll see Sean Thomas today. Drew Sims will start at the tight end. Wideouts will be Nicky Turner, Tyrell Sanders, and Jerry Cooper. You'll see Radford and Tyler May as well. Across the line, one of the strengths of this team, left to right, Aiden Canes, Giovanni Kennedy. Centers Mason Fortner, Jarrett Burris, and Big Ben Lilly is your right tackle. So Boudry and company first and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Sims in motion to left. He'll set tight left, strong formation, play action throw. Boudry looking deep. He's got Sanders open, and it is almost intercepted and incomplete down inside the 25-yard line. They went up top early on the first play of the game. We thought they might do that just to maybe set the tone here today, but pretty good pass coverage by the Cardinals. It'll be second down.
Yeah, he had the safety man over top helping. Corner stayed with him, and honestly, I think Boudry could have put just a little bit more on that ball, but nice opening route there by Tyrell Sanders running the deep post. I think they'll be early and aggressive like that all afternoon, Sam.
Otterbein now showing like they might want to blitz. Pistol look. Fake. Boudry's going to roll left. Noah looking. Sanders got it 40. Tyrell breaks a tackle and is able to get out across the 44, and that should be enough for a Purple Raider first down. Tyrell Sanders.
Thomas Cherry on the tackle for Otterbein.
Oh, boy, they moved it back about a half of a yard, so that's going to be
the 44-yard line.
Going to be second down, and no, it should be third down. Yep. The chain crew kind of messed up over there a little bit.
Third and short. Third
down and less than a yard for the Raiders. Fake counter, handoff first down, 47, 48-yard line. Tyler Echeverry. And there's the first down for the Purple Raiders here in their opening drive.
Really interested to see the play today of Otterbein's DB and Randy Cochran Jr. Told he was a transfer in actually from Akron about a year ago with Coach Zagorski. And they've had NFL scouts to look at him.
Purple Raiders now have an inverted wishbone look at this point in time. Boudry's going to keep it now. He'll pitch it late, coming around the corner, 50, 20, 40. Uh-oh, here goes Darnell, 25, 35 to the 30, and out of bounds, close to the 30-yard line. I like that play right there. A lot of action right at the snap. It's an inverted wishbone, and it was the old triple option late pitch. He waited for the end to crash and converge, and Noah flipped it, and Darnell took it down to the 34-yard line, first down.
Yeah, just another way to get Darnell the football. Something we've been calling for, Sam, is find unique ways to get him the ball. Look at this. They have Echeverry lined out wide.
Yep. They got like an offset pistol. Play action rolling left is Noah. Boudry looking downfield. He's going to tuck it. Now he's going to try to throw it, and they got him back at the 38-yard line. So a loss of about 4 yards on the play, and OC coming up with a nice defensive stop on that particular snap.
Yeah, Cullen Dent, the linebacker, came up, spied on him, and eventually made the read and came up and tackled him. And the play was destroyed, Sam, because they didn't have the deep route of Nicky Turner open downfield. He was in double coverage.
Sanders wide to the right. Turner in a slot left. Again, inverted wishbone. Boudry fakes it, runs it. Noah takes it inside of the Cardinal 35, close to the Cardinal 34-yard line. No score. Mount Union Otterbein, 13-10 WDPN. First quarter of play.
Late game to the Otterbein 35-yard line.
I wonder how many
Third
people
down,
will be
11.
turning the radio on today about 1:30 and say, oh, the game started an hour ago. I bet you there's a few.
Probably a handful back in
I
Alliance.
bet you there's a few. So if you know anybody that doesn't know the game time, tell them we're up and rolling already down here and just outside of Columbus. Passing the flat is caught. 35-30. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Jerry Cooper on the reception. Jerry, the 5'11 junior out of Fort Myers, Florida.
Decision here for Coach Dart and the staff, but I don't think it's much of a deliberation on that sideline. 4th and 4 to go, and they seem content to go for it.
Yep,
4th
there
and
was
3.
no hesitation here whatsoever. 4th and 3 Raiders. Fake. Boudry's going to keep it. No twinning. He's not going to get it. He's going to be shot well short of the first down. They got him at the 30. I'll check that, the 26. He's about 2 yards short of the first down.
Yeah.
Cochran with a nice stop. And how about that? They foil the opening drive.
You know, it's kind of interesting there, Sam. I know a lot of times you script an opening drive as a head coach. That almost seemed unscripted in a sense, and maybe the first play was to go deep, but everything else past that seemed like they were kind of trying to go on a whim, and maybe that's something that they're going to work on over these weeks is acting like you're starting in the middle.
I mean, they went fairly deep in the playbook, if you ask me, for a first series.
They did.
And now here come the Otterbein Cardinals, 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper, 31, 32, 33, 34-yard line.
Lassiter.
There's your quarterback, Caden Lassiter, out of North Union, Richwood, Ohio. Just a young buck, sophomore, 5'8", 5'10", $180.
It's a young roster.
Yeah, sprinkled with a lot of sophomores, some freshmen.
A lot of Ohio kids, too. They've recruited well here in the state.
So the Cardinals now 2nd down and 4. Early in the opening quarter, no score. Wide right, slot right. Lassiter's going to keep it, left guard, 40, 42, 43. First down, Otterbein. Finally taken down by the Purple Raiders.
I mean, I see kids from Glen Oak on the roster. I see Bookdale on the roster, Akron, St. Vincent, St. Mary. So not just here in this area either. Getting kids from all over the state. West Branch, Nick Love, kid that was on the team last year, a linebacker. Got to start recruiting, and that's how you build the program.
Yep, and you can find a lot in the state of Ohio. Lassiter, play action, going to go deep right side. Caught at midfield, 45-40, and all the way down to the Purple Raider 36-yard line. First down, Otterbein. That was a tough, long throw from the left hash all the way to the far side, and a first down.
It's a deep out pattern. That ball hung in the air for a very long time, and Lassiter was very lucky there that ball wasn't picked off by the corner that was playing on the backside of that wide receiver. But Otterbein moving early on, Sam.
So look at this now. Empty set for the Cardinals. Trips left, Twins right. They'll break out of it. Man in motion, fake jet sweep, and Lassiter is going to eat it. And he's taken down at the 39-yard line. Purple Raiders getting after it defensively there. Was that Kramer? Was that Big Garrett down there first? So 95 for the Purple Raiders. We don't have a 95 on this roster.
Jackson Harris.
Loss of yards back to the 39-yard line. 2nd and 13.
Well, we'll have to add that one. Not on there. Lassiter back to throw, guns it, incomplete. Weston Arthur on the coverage for Mount Union. That'll bring up 3rd down.
Owen Mengi, the intended target there.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better day. 72 degrees, sunshine, low humidity. Just a great day to be out catching some college football. Of course, the Guardians coming up a little bit after 1 o'clock today as they take on the Tigers in game 1 of their series.
You know, Otterbein has played everything from ahead of the chains before this play. 3rd and long now. See how they handle this.
Excuse me.
5 wide last time Mount Union got pressure.
Twins left, Twins right. H-back in motion, blocks up the middle. Lassiter keeps it, quarterback 25, runs over a defender, and he's down to the 20-yard line. First down, Otterbein.
How about going empty set? You bring in an extra blocker there as a wing, left side, just to add a little bit of extra beef up front. It was the tight end, Vincent Berardi.
Yeah.
And he threw a nice block up in there, kind of went through the B gap, and there was really no one there. Linebackers cleared out. You set it 5 wide like that, leaves the middle of the field wide open.
Berardi just went right through that gap, and he meant business coming through there at 6'2", 190 pounds. All right, Raider defense now going to have to step up. Otterbein 1st and 10 at the 20. It's going to be a run again by Lassiter, kind of picking his way through, chops his steps and picks up a couple of yards down to the 17-yard line. So we'll give him a gain of 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 7. Rossi Moore in there. Caleb Brown in there for the Raiders, and Jackson Harris.
You know, I thought it was interesting coming into the game. Caleb Lassiter was not the leading rusher. He was second on the team with 78 yards and no scores, but he had not thrown a touchdown yet, but he had thrown 4 interceptions. Otterbein does not have a passing touchdown this year, Sam.
Came in 0-3. Purple Raiders 3-0 in the young season. Cardinals going to go twins right, slot left. Lassiter back to throw. Here comes the heat. The ball is tipped at the line of scrimmage and incomplete.
And I think we kind of see why their passing game does not have a flow to it, whereas those quick quarterback draws, kind of zone read type of plays, allow him to make a quick decision. When you have a younger quarterback, you want to make things easy for him. Just 2-3 step drop, let him make a decision. As a sophomore, kind of the more complex route trees and things seem to confuse him, it seems, a little bit.
3rd down, 7.
So here comes Caden Lassiter, the sophomore. Last-minute instructions to his crew. Zane Dunning out there as part of a trips package, and we got a little motion before the snap.
Did you see
one of the Raiders, or one of the Cardinals kind of launched out of their spot, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Did you see a lot of false starts last night? We had like probably 15
You know, we had one. I remember because it was the only one, and it was like late 3rd quarter.
We had like 15 false starts in our game last night. It was incredible.
I
I feel like it's being called more and more.
If you're getting that many, I think you're right. Otterbein now 3rd down behind the sticks, 3rd and 12 at the Raider 21-yard line, going right to left. No score. Midway through the first quarter of play. I'll have Johnny give us a time check here in a minute because I am cut off from the scoreboard. Lassiter going in the end zone over the head of his intended wide receiver, Berardi. He was open, John.
Yeah, tight end did a really nice job there. Double move on the left sideline, kind of a hitch and go. Wasn't really the complete hitch. He didn't stop, but really set the Otterbein defender in a tough spot and was unable to set his feet and get back on coverage. Throw by Lassiter a little bit better and could have been 6. 7:08, by the way, in the first quarter.
7:08 to go. So the 4th and 12, they're going to pass on the field goal, which would be about a 38-yarder, maybe get some points on the board.
You got the number 3 team in the country in your house. Go for it.
That's what they're going to do. 4th and 12, Raiders will rush 4. Lassiter steps up in the pocket. He's in trouble. He's running down the sideline. 20, 18, 17, and that's it. So that'll do it for that drive, and the Raiders will take over 1st and 10. Well, Jackson Harris, that's the 3rd time we've called his number today. Might want to work him in on the 2 deep. Or the roster, or both.
Those things are subject to change.
Yes, and they change often.
Especially for Mountain Union.
1st down, Purple Raiders. Getting close to the 7-minute mark. We are scoreless here.
Perhaps the reason why we didn't see a kick is because their kicker has not made a field goal yet this season. He's 4 for 4 on extra points, though.
Here comes Noah Boudry and the Raiders, 1st and 10. Well, he sold that handoff, and here comes Darnell. 30, takes a shot at the 32, and ping-pongs his way out to the 34 and a 1st down.
You know what that was on that tackle right there? That's the guy who's getting NFL looks, Randy Cochran Jr., number 24.
Okay.
Safety hit like it there. He came up and was not scared to go one-on-one. That's tackling through the player right there.
Out of Norcross, Georgia, Randy Cochran Jr. Purple Raiders first and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Noah play action to Darnell. Boudry's going to go back to it. Look out. Got him back at the 23-yard line. That's a sack. Justin Bartlett out of Cambridge was the first one there for the Cardinals.
So two things, nobody open downfield. And Otterbein, you talked about the strength of Mount Union's offensive line, but they broke through there quickly. Boudry really did not have time to go through his progression. And by the time he got to his second guy, there was a player in his face.
And he had no time and nowhere to go. Now the Purple Raiders got to get all the way out to their 44-yard line. There's a handoff to Darnell, 25, Williams 30. Williams to the 35-yard line. So he got a little chunk back there on that handoff to Darnell Williams.
Has Mount Union gone scoreless in an opening quarter yet this year?
Down 9.
I'm going to tell you here in a minute. No, they have not.
No, they have not. Second quarter has been their big quarter, I believe.
You're right.
If I remember the notes correctly.
61 points.
Yeah, that's when
every other one right around 30.
That's when they get cooking. Third down Raiders from their own 35-yard line. No score in the first quarter of play. Boudry, straight drop. He's looking to throw. He's in trouble. Steps up in the pocket. Looking downfield. He fires. Incomplete. Looking for Cooper at the Otterbein 40-yard line. And we got a penalty flag back at the 33.
Penalty marker on the play.
Could be a hold. It could be roughing the passer. Anything outside of that? Not sure.
Trey Jack, the defensive lineman. Trey Jack and both Justin Bartlett, the two defensive linemen that were in there. Jack came up upset because I don't think Boudry ever hit the ground, but as you know, Sam, and as many know, roughing the passer is – it's a question of what it is and isn't.
It's subjective.
It is. It used to be that you had to, hit the quarterback.
Well,
guys like Joe Namath and Johnny Unitas suffered years of poor health because of how many times guys like Ben Davidson hit them.
I saw a play. We were talking on the way down about the UNLV Syracuse game last night and a penalty flag here where I thought UNLV just got absolutely hosed on a roughing the quarterback call against one of their defenders as you went in to sack Kyle McCord. And no way in the world was it anything close to it. And to make matters worse, not only did they call roughing the passer, they called targeting. Now, they later took the targeting away, but Syracuse was able to get the automatic first down. They went in to win the game in overtime.
See, the thing about targeting that gets me is they always deem it as what's the intent. And I think it's hard to deem intent.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just going for the tackle and your helmet happens to be down.
Yeah, and things happen quickly. Williams in motion. Boudry back to throw. Noah looks, got a man wide open. There you go, 30. Cooper 20, 15, Cooper 10. He's hog-tied and taken down at the 7-yard line.
Really
First
nice
and goal.
Really nice. Sorry, Sam. Really nicely designed play there. Ran Sanders deep on the post. They bring Cooper underneath on the wheel, and there's that soft spot in the zone there between your corners and safeties and your linebackers, and nobody picked up that spot. And Jerry Cooper, who has been the favorite target of Noah Boudry, with a nice catch.
Turner down here wide to the right. Raiders will go on the left hash, first and goal. There's a handoff to Darnell, and he's going to be taken down right at the point of attack. May have lost a half a yard on the play. Bartlett again on the tackle for Otterbein.
Got some nice players.
Mm-hmm. Bartlett I like. Obviously, Randy Cochran is a stud. Now the next step is to get two more, to get two more, to get two more, and that's how you grow it out.
Well, and if you're an interim head coach in your first year, you gotta kind of clean the program of dead weight and figure out what you need.
Second down and goal Raiders. Boudry back to throw in the flat. Got it to Cooper, but Cooper got bumped and he went out of bounds and around the 6-yard line.
There he was again on that play too. You mentioned Randy Cochran. Flew up from his safety spot there to cover Cooper, who was running that simple flat screen on the left side, little swing pass, if you will. Had Nicky Turner out blocking in front.
So third and goal now. As you mentioned, you come in, you kind of clean house a little bit. You try to get more talent in, do a better job recruiting. And if we could get, our fine alum like John Bazika to contribute to maybe an NIL account down here, you could get this program up
I
and
want
rolling.
somebody to do that for me at this point. I work in radio.
Join the club, my friend. Darnell in motion. Boudry back to throw. Noah looking. Nobody home. Boudry going to roll right. There's a holding penalty. Passes in the end zone. Doesn't matter because you're going to get a hold over here. And I believe, yep, that's who I thought it was on. So a holding penalty on the Raiders.
What's the two things they always say,
Got
Sam?
Aiden Cage on that hold.
When you got that much time to throw, there's one of two things. Either one, a guy's going to get open, or two, somebody's going to get called on a holding penalty. And there it was that there was not enough time. No one was getting open. Finally, Tyler May came open, but they had to hold to do so.
And Cage, he actually saw the flag come out, and he was animated right after it happened because he saw the flag. He's like, no, you got me. Trips to the right. Boudry back to throw. Noah looking left. Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? He's going to run it. 15, 10, 5. Boudry inside the 4 to the 2, and he's out of bounds just inside the 2-yard line.
A running Darnell out of the backfield there on that little wheel down the left sideline. I thought they might throw to him into the end zone. And now you got a 4th and goal at the 1, Sam, with about 2 minutes left in the quarter. It's a big play right here.
No score in this ball game, and some of the crowd on their feet here at the stadium.
Why are you in the shotgun on 4th and 1 from the 1?
Motion to the right. Now motion back is Cooper to the left. Boudry in the gun. He'll go back to throw. He dumps it well short and incomplete. They brought a blitz, and the Raiders did not pick it up. And Otterbein takes over as they stop the Purple Raiders, and they'll go 1st and 10.
Jeremiah Smith, linebacker, the freshman from Canal Winchester. This is, Sam, one of my biggest pet peeves. You're on the 1-yard line. Why are you in the pistol, and why are you starting your quarterback 6 yards off the line of scrimmage? All you need is half a yard. Look at where the ball is. It's in between the 1 and the goal line. Put Boudry under center and run a QB keeper and score.
Cardinals turn the Purple Raiders away, and boy, you heard the reaction down here of the Cardinal fans, and they're probably a little surprised.
I am.
And Otterbein now will take over deep in the shadow of their own end zone, 1st and 10. Lester's going to run it out of there. A little mano-on-mano, a little muscle, and he's able to shove the pile across the 5 out to the Otterbein 6-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go in the opening quarter of play. And surprisingly, no score here in this one on 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika with you. A little Raider road trip on your Saturday afternoon in early October.
You know, we both felt last week that as well as Mount played against BW, that the way the game ended, that second half was very sleepy and nothing happened. And it feels like that's kind of a carryover to this week.
So the Cardinals, 2nd down and 5. They'll scrimmage from their own 7-yard line, going right to left. Back to throw. A little dump on the flat. Caught. 8, 9, 10, 11. Out to the 12-yard line. So that pass is complete to Berardi. It seems they got a good little connection going here early. And let's see. Whoa. They marked that ball back at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, bad spot. I think his left foot went out in the 10.
So another big 3rd down play here for both these teams in the first quarter. No score between the Raiders and Cardinals. Boy, if you had told me this game was going to be scoreless, possibly at the end of the first quarter, I'd have told you no way. Quarterback keeper. Lassiter got it, I believe.
Yeah, it was a nice second effort by him. It was it's kind of a funny play to watch. He faked to the running back.
Unorthodox.
He faked to the running back, but the running back ran right, and he was supposed to go left. And then Lassiter went left, and there was really nobody there blocking, and he was kind of left with 2 Mount Union defenders in front of him, and his second effort picked up the first down.
So Otterbein will come to the sideline, and Mount Union will come to the sideline.
No Bob Kennedy, by the way, as the PA guy, but Brent Ford, the PA guy,
Yep.
an Otterbein alum,
And in the first
actually.
quarter,
So we played one. Folks, I'm telling you, I'm stunned. Otterbein and Mount Union, no score. Second quarter action coming up next on 1310 WDPN.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. There are several ways to ride SARTA. Pay your fare the way you want. Use our Easy Fare app to get your ticket on the go. Tap to pay with SARTA Score and Touchdown cards. You can even pay with exact change in cash. The price is right and you can purchase at any of our transit centers. Tickets start as low as $1.50 per ride, or you can get a 30-day pass for $45. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
We are back on 1310 WDPN, streaming live all over the world at Q92radiosports.com. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika, Ryan Rainsberger back at the WDPN headquarters today. Doing a great job as always. We appreciate all of you tuned in today. Shout out to Lisa Gonzalez. Oh, she's always tuned in, listening to Purple Raider football every Saturday afternoon. Hope you're doing well.
You know, that first quarter, very indifferent for Mount Union. Not what you would have expected from them. And Otterbein came out and kind of punched him in the mouth a bit.
This has been a bizarre first quarter play. I'll tell you that right now. Caden Lassiter and company. 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. No score. First play of the second quarter. Lassiter back to throw. Incomplete. Threw a receiver was going to go in. Lassiter threw an out. Incomplete.
You know, Sam, you know as well as I do, too. All it takes is one big play, and then you get the lead. You start believing in the lead. And people always wonder, well, how did Northern Illinois beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame? Well, one or two plays, and you start believing in yourself.
And people say, oh, that's – no, because if you don't believe, you're not going to do. And if you start believing something that you thought maybe you couldn't do earlier, and the momentum and it's momentum is disguised in many different ways. And if you get the momentum at the exact right time in the right situation, and the other side maybe, you know, it's going a little sideways for them, and all of a sudden you look up, it's third quarter, it's a one-score game. Hey, we got a chance. And that's how things like that happen.
Well, and who seemed more excited to be in this game to this point? Not saying that Mount Union's not here and present, but this kind of seems like the type of game that they're like, we should just win this thing, you know?
And past history would tell you that that's what happens. And you get in that kind of you get in that routine. Pass left side, that was a quickie, caught across the 21, progress out to the 22. And if that's a left foot spot, it'll be a first down. If not, it's going to be short, but it is a first down. Otterbein. Nose of the ball, just touching the 22-yard line.
Tackled on the play by Brandon Jensen.
So Otterbein slugging it out so far with the Purple Raiders here today.
1st and 10 Cardinals.
I mentioned the late Bob Kennedy, PA voice here for so many years. So many years, the PA voice at Ohio Stadium for the Buckeyes. And Bob has passed on, and never forget that baritone voice of Bob Kennedy. There's a handoff over the left side, pounding to the 25-yard line for a gain of around 3 yards on the play. Rossi Moore on the stop for Otterbein, or for the Raiders. Griffin was on the carry.
Griffin from Chillicothe went to Unioto.
You ever do a game down there?
I've never been to Unioto. You?
I've been to Chillicothe, but I've never done a football game down there.
I've always wanted to do a game between Ironton and Wheelersburg down
They get after it.
Oh, they do. Those boys are a little different down there.
Yeah, Ironton's, you're almost out of Ohio. You're so far south. 4 in the pattern for Lassiter. There's a rush. Throws it left side. Caught out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That pass is caught by Dooney. Hey, they're nickel and diming them, John. You know what I mean? 3 yards here, 4 yards here, 3 yards here.
And I'm impressed with Lassiter. You have a linebacker coming unblocked right through the A-gap in your face, and you stand in, you make that throw. That's a tough throw. just a simple out like that to be confident knowing you're going to take a little lick. I'm impressed with him so far.
See if the Raiders now can step up and get off the field here on third down. Otterbein 3rd and 3 at their own 29-yard line. No score. Early stages of the second quarter of play. Lassiter back to throw. Quick out pattern. It's caught. It's going to be a first down, I believe. Zane Dooning out of Lebanon got the catch, and they'll move the sticks. And I'll tell you what, the Otterbein fans are starting to feel a little more zip in their cheer here.
I can't help but smile because obviously I went to school here, but Marcus Jackson again comes unblocked right through the middle of the line, right over the center. Nobody covers him. He's just a little bit delayed on the blitz, and Lassiter again stands in, makes a good throw. And as you said, it's 3 yards there, 4 yards here, and it all works.
They're just kind of chipping away.
And eventually you break one.
Mm-hmm. There's Lassiter on a keeper. This time the Raiders got him. Big tackle. Marcus Jackson again. Out of Richardson High School in Dallas, Texas, just across the 30-yard line.
Well, and what else does this do, Sam? It shortens the game.
Yes.
If you control the ball like this, you shorten the game, and then you go into half where you should be down 28-0. Now you're approaching the 10-minute mark of the second quarter, and it's still scoreless.
10:50 to be exact. Donut holes on the scoreboard for both these teams. Otterbein second down from the 30-yard line. Caught. Berardi at the 40. That's going to leave a 3rd and 2 now. And that was the best throw of the day for Lassiter. He had some zip on that pass.
Well, and it was a really tough spot, too. You had 2 Mount defenders, the corner in Tony Cook there, and then the bandit linebacker and Rossi Moore out there playing coverage, and he fit the ball in between the 2 of them with Rossi on the back of Berardi. But we talked about it earlier, Sam. Berardi, the tight end, a big target at 6'2" and 185.
3rd down and 2, Cardinals at their own 40-yard line. Purple Raiders look like they may send the house here on this 3rd down. Going to be a quarterback run all the way. Not going to get there, I don't think. Marcus Jackson stands him up and brings him down at the 40-yard line. Now, if you're Otterbein, do you even think? No, they're going to punt.
Well, no. Under 10 minutes, second quarter, you got a scoreless game. And the one thing that's been proven so far to you at this point is that your defense can stand with Mount Union. So if you know that, keep putting your defense on the field. You shorten this game. And at this point, if Mount scores and you do a time-consuming drive going to the half, you could only be down 7-0.
Blank into punt it away for Otterbein. He should hit this at about his 30. The left footer booms it up in the air. And the Raiders going to let that one roll. Holy smokes. Inside the 20. They let it roll inside the 15 to the 14. And that's where Mount will take over 1st and 10. Well, you know it's – we got a penalty flag way on the far side of the field. Over at the 36-yard line.
You know, one of my friends, a gentleman you know too, Coach Elmer Sheets, was longtime head man at Jackson and Canton South and a number of other places. He always advocates that when you're playing on turf, field the ball.
Come up and get it because you don't know.
You don't know what bounce it's going to take.
You're right. What do they call that penalty on?
I think it was on Mount Union. I think it was illegal hands to the face is what I heard. And now there's debate if Otterbein wants to re-kick this or not.
I thought for a second where the flag was, and I didn't see any. Wow.
So it's on Otterbein. Okay.
So hands to the face. I thought for a second maybe somebody went out of bounds and wasn't forced and came back in.
Kennedy will mark the ball to the 30-yard line.
So,
1st and 10, Mount Union.
Purple Raiders will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Second quarter here in Westerville, just outside of Columbus. No score between the Raiders and the Cardinals on WDPN. I look at that scoreboard. I gotta clean my eyes out a little bit. There's a handoff. 30, 31, 32, 33-yard line. And that is it.
John Thomas, the ball carrier.
You know, Otterbein is,
Thomas Cherry on the tackle for Otterbein.
I won't say surprisingly quick, but they are quick on the defensive side of the ball. And Thomas Cherry, the linebacker who made that tackle, he's a product of an Akron City school, a Buchtel boy.
Yep. Buchtel Griffin, the 1040, Copley Road. When you say those things and you start thinking of Tim Flossie right away, don't you? Handoff right up the middle and across the 35 out to the 37-yard line for Thomas, his second consecutive carry for Coach Dart and the Raider offense. But, you know, it was starting to get a little uneasy as we transitioned from the first to the second. Otterbein's got the momentum, and Mount's kind of trying to figure things out. And I look down to the left, and it's old Coach Larry Karras going up and down the steps, pacing. So you know if Coach is starting to get a little bit worried, you know what's going on down there on the sidelines. Coach Larry still looks good. Boudry hands it off again, fighting to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be close to a first down for Thomas, but he's going to be a little bit short.
Do you go?
Gito Williams on the tackle.
If I'm Mount Union, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm going. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell my quarterback to tell my offensive lineman, you block your you-know-what off here. We're getting this half a yard. And if you don't get it, there's going to be a problem. Boudry in the gun on a 4th and 1. We're going to go strong formation right, handoff. I don't know. Forward progress, maybe. One official's got it inside the 40. Another official's got it marked across the 40. It's all going to come down to the spot. And if they don't get progress, you got a Raider down, by the way. They may
I don't think they
not have gotten this first down. And if they don't get this first down, this side is going to explode. Because everybody sits on the same side. I should probably clarify that. No visiting stands here. Everybody's on the home side.
I mean, based on where that chain mark is at the end,
that's not a first down.
No,
because the ball it's not touching the 40. I mean, almost, but it's not. And that chain looks like it may be just a hair across the 40-yard line. Penalty flag has just been thrown in by one of the side judges. What in the world? Well, I'll tell you what. If they're eventually short here, and that official throws that flag, because it was unsportsmanlike conduct is what she signaled. Wow, I don't know how you make that call, but hey.
Penalty is unsportsmanlike conduct against Otterbein.
Well, the head coach, Coach Schaefer, is the one who's having the spirited discussion with the official, and I'm not sure what he said or how he said it, but it was enough for the penalty, and that wasn't going to be a first down, I don't think.
No, we never got clarification whether it was or was not a first down.
And I think he was upset because I think someone had signaled first down for Mount. And I think he was upset because
the 40-yard line resulting in a first down.
Yeah, because Coach was going to say, hey, give us a measurement.
First and 10, Mount Union.
I think he had an argument too, Sam.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. So the official throws the flag, a 15-yarder on Otterbein. Wow, now the Raiders got a strike. In the flat, caught. 40, 35, down to the 33-yard line. So Matt Anderson checks in, picks up a first down, and now maybe the Raiders can get something going here as they've been in a little bit of a funk here this afternoon. We are down to 6 minutes and 40 seconds in the first half, and still nobody has scored here in this football game today.
I like that play design there. You run both Turner and Sanders deep, and you run the simple out to Anderson, and he has a lot of green space in front of him. Nice call.
Turner wide left, Cooper in a slot left. Wide right is Sanders. That's going to be a handoff inside the 35, and there's the old penalty flag dropped in on the far side. That'll stop everything. You know, trying to read
Colin Dent on the tackle for Otterbein.
Read motions here. I think that's going to be on Otterbein. Not sure what they would call there. 15-yard penalty. So the Cardinals of Otterbein have been flagged for 30 yards in the last couple of snaps on this possession. So basically handing the Purple Raiders 33 yards on this drive. Let's see if Mighty Mount can capitalize here now. Turner to the left. We're going to go trips to the right side. May in the slot in that trips formation. Boudry in the gun. Noah back to throw. He steps up in the pocket. He looks. He fires. It's caught at the 15 to the 10 to the 5 and out of bounds and around the 3-yard line.
Noah Boudry's pass complete to Sean Thomas.
So Sean Thomas getting a lot of work here now.
Let's say we have not seen much of Mount's leading ball carrier, Tyler Echeverry.
We'll know if he's a little dinged up or what have you. But the Purple Raiders now, 1st and goal, just inside the Cardinal 3-yard line. Strong formation left. Boudry fakes it. Noah to the full. Ooh, watch out. Hate to see when they get their legs kind of bent at a weird angle down there. Boudry's going to be slammed down at the 4-yard line. May have lost about a half a yard on the play.
You know, all of the typical Mount Union tricks that kind of work, like the ball fakes and the crispness, it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Like normally they do the same things that you do. They just do it better than you do.
Better than you do, yeah.
And that's not the case right now.
Coming up on 5 minutes of the first half, still no score. Backs are split. Cooper in motion to the right side. Boudry fakes it. Noah running. Got a little room. He's looking. He dumps it in the end zone. Touchdown. Purple Raiders. Was that Sanders? Yes, it was. Tyrell gathers it in. And finally, Mount Union is on the board with under 5 to go in the first half, and it's 6-0 Purple Raiders.
Tough spot there for the linebacker / defensive back who was in coverage. You have to make the decision. Do you run and stop Boudry from scoring, or do you stick with your defender? And you can't leave Sanders open in the end zone like that.
Yvonne Marek with the extra point up, and it is good, and we will take a timeout.
Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Sam Burke with John Bazika back here. Under 5 to go in the first half. It's only a 7-0 Mount Union lead here at the home of the Otterbein Cardinals.
Yeah, drive summary waiting on that there, Sam, to be able to get final numbers on that. Ended with the 4-yard touchdown pass, though, to Sanders from Boudry, and the Yvonne Merrick kick was good. And finally broke the scoreless tie that we had, but time for Otterbein here right before the half to try to tie it up.
Here's the kickoff. Line driver, definitely a returnable 10-15. Left hash to the 20, to the 23, out to the 24-yard line. Purple Raider tackle by Ethan Peitlak, number 45, down there on special teams from Mount. So the Cardinals now.
Mount Union got the ball to start, too. Keep that in mind. So if Otterbein were to...
They could go 2 for 1 here if they, if things work out for them.
10 Cardinals!
So the Cardinals are ready to roll now, down 7-0. Folks might be tuning in for the pregame now. What are you talking about? 6 minutes to go, 5 minutes to go in the first half. 12:30 kickoff today, ladies and gentlemen. Back to throw, deep out, caught at the 35-yard line. That's a first down. That was that was left hash to right sideline on the money and a first down. Lassiter right on the numbers.
Well, keep in mind, too, John Rowland was there in coverage. That was right over his head. He was back there at his DB spot, and the ball just sails over his head. That was a really, really nice pass by Lassiter. For a guy who hasn't thrown a touchdown pass, I'm impressed with that pass.
First down, OC at their 35-yard line. Purple Raiders in front, 7-0 here in the second quarter of play. Stick around, halftime activities are coming up. Lassiter hands it off. A running play, a rare run across the 40 to the 41 to the 42-yard line.
Griffin, the ball carrier.
That was Griffin on the carry.
I'm impressed by the fake there, too. That little decision by Lassiter to give it to Griffin and then decide to act like he was going to throw. It stopped the Mount Union linebackers for just a moment. None of them went after the ball.
So the Cardinals now down 7-0. Second down, we'll call it 4 from their own 42-yard line. Left hash, shotgun snap. Lassiter trying to poke his way through. Got a first down, delivers the hit, and he's taken down at the 50-yard line, first down. John, you look, Lassiter, sophomore. Griffin, sophomore. Berardi, sophomore. On the line, you've got Webb, sophomore. Wheeler, a freshman. Gungolan, a sophomore.
First and 10, Cardinals.
They're young.
And some pieces you can build on, and they are young.
And imagine if you're freshmen in early years, you give Mount Union everything. Then you have confidence moving forward that, hey, we just hung with the best.
Purple Raiders, number 3 in the country coming in today. Lassiter play action to throw another deep out. It is tipped and incomplete. Johnny Rowland almost with a shot at an interception there.
Yeah, first time Johnny Rowland on that play, the safety, he waited too long to come over and make that play on the sideline. That time, ball from Lassiter hung up in the air again like it did the first time, but Rowland made a better read on it quicker. The other thing that is interesting now, Sam, is if you remember early in the game, Mount Union gave Otterbein position all the way to where they could have taken a field goal. They decided not to kick that field goal. It could be 7-3.
That's true. All right, Lassiter in the gun, wide right, slot right, wide left for the Cardinals. There goes Lassiter. Bounces off a tackle. He's inside the 46, lunging to the Purple Raider 45-yard line. Picks up 5 on the play.
Tony Cook on the tackle for Mount Union.
Mount Union has been outgained rushing at this point, 68-52.
And Lassiter, a lot's been put on his plate as far as decision-making, gaps to run through, when he wants to pull it and go. He's doing a pretty nice job. Now, big play both teams. Cardinals 3rd and 5 at the Purple Raider 45-yard line, second quarter action. Mount is on top, 7-0. Triangle trips right, twins left. I think you're going to get a timeout, and you will, as the Cardinals will call a timeout.
Lassiter, by the way, has rushed it down 13 times for 63 yards.
So 2:02 to go here in the first half. We'll take a quick timeout. Purple Raiders in front, 7-0 on 13-10.
Hello, Purple Raider fans. Chuck Moore here, former Mount Union running back, four-time national champion, and 2001 Gallardi Trophy winner. Are you facing some major financial events, things like retirement, marriage, divorce, or selling a business? We at Markham Wealth understand, and we can help. Call 330-564-8590 or visit www.markhamwealth.com for a free consultation.
Neither tailored services nor the background of your financial professional should be construed as a guarantee of a particular outcome. Past performance does not guarantee future results. All investing comes with risk, including risk of loss. Markham Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
7-0 Purple Raiders. 2:02 to go in the first half of play again. Stick around. All the halftime activities are coming your way. We'll get you a college football scoreboard check here as well.
Plus a Guardian scoreboard check.
That's right. They are officially just underway against the Detroit Tigers at Progressive Field. Pass right flat, bounced it in. That one did not come out of the hand well. And now it's going to be 4th, 5, and can't really risk going forward here. If you're Otterbein, you've got to punt the football away. All right, Penn State leads UCLA 7-3. 2 minutes to go in the first half. That's a little surprise there. I thought Penn State would tear UCLA apart.
How about Texas A&M over Missouri?
24-0.
Yeah, second quarter. Wow.
SMU taking care of Louisville. 21-10 on the road. Navy over Air Force 14-7. BC over Virginia 14-3. Boy, Bill O'Brien's got Boston College playing well. Wisconsin over Purdue 14-6. Pitt leads North Carolina 17-10.
Otterbein going to go for this year? And what are the officials?
I'd be surprised.
What are all the officials are huddling right around the 45-yard line.
Never a good sign. Just call it like I see it.
Spoken like a guy who's done games for 30 years.
So it appears that Otterbein is going to punt the football. May is back at his 10-yard line.
There's just enough time here for Mount Union to run the 2-minute drill.
Yep.
But if you're Otterbein and you trail only 7-0 going into the half, that's a big-time win.
It is. It is. So here's the snap, and the high and off the side of the foot. Holy smokes. That one's going to go out of bounds at around the 32-yard line.
That is
18-yard punt.
Advantageous if you are the Mount Union Purple Raiders right now. Short
You
field
can't
to go.
have that if you're Otterbein. You just can't. So the Purple Raiders will take over 1st and 10, up 7-0, under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Top of the first 2 are down, by the way. And looks like the Tigers have a runner on second.
Tanner Bybee on the mound today for the Guardians.
Now they have runners on first and second.
Well, what a beautiful day for baseball, too, huh?
Yeah, love to be up by the ballpark.
Purple Raiders with it now. Let's get something on the board here. Back to throw. Boudry deep out. It's caught. Sanders at midfield. He'll go out of bounds at the Otterbein 47, down to the 46-yard line. Well, it's a long throw to make right there. And Boudry put it right on the number. Sanders with the grab and a first down.
Yeah, DB fell down for Otterbein on the play. Sanders with a quick double move on the sideline, and DB fell down, left Sanders open. Nice pitch and catch.
Turner and Cooper to the right. Noah Boudry in the shotgun. 1st and 10, Raiders whistles. Jeff Dart about 10 yards out of the field. Talking to his quarterback, Boudry, he motioned to coach like, what? Now Coach Dart goes back to the sideline, so no timeout. I don't know what the heck that was all about. Referee says, let's get the clock back in motion, but they will reset the play clock.
I think they're saying that he went out of bounds, and I think they were confused when the clock was running.
Boudry to throw, steps up in the pocket. Noah's got to get out of there. He's running right, looking for a block. He's going to tuck it and going out of bounds. He'll be taken out at the 46-yard line.
You know, I've wondered all afternoon to this point if it was something that was maybe just like early game jitters and maybe Mount wasn't ready for something, but the speed on the outside that Otterbein has, their DBs and safeties, they have stuck with the Mount Union receivers this entire game. And that was not the case last year when Wayne Ruby was on the field. He was blowing by guys.
Purple Raiders lead 7-0 late first half here at Otterbein. A shocker so far today. Boudry back to throw. Noah slings it. Caught by Cooper, and he fumbled the ball. It's loose, and Mount jumps on it at the Otterbein 28, and now they will come in and say incomplete.
Yeah, I think that's the classic scenario there. Cooper running down the seam, and I don't think he ever made a football move, Sam.
Always love that term, don't you? When
I
John
know what
put
it
that
means.
football move in quotes, I said, yep, I agree with you.
Yeah, let's go to Gene Steratore.
Right, let's
I know
Third down.
he didn't make a football move.
That's all I got for you guys. Back to you. Thanks, Gene. Thanks a lot for that analysis. First there, check it. 1:08 to go. Boudry back to throw. Going deep. Got a man over. Shot him and out of bounds. Incomplete. Nicky Turner on a little flag route down to the 10-yard line. A little too much juice on that one. Incomplete.
You know, the tightness of coverage, too, and this is something that coaches would tell you. It's something anyone would tell you, but it forces your quarterback to be more pinpoint accurate on where he places the ball in the zone and in different coverages. And so far, even though Boudry's passed for a touchdown, his passes haven't been crisp enough on those middle of the field patterns that he needs to hit to keep drives going. That's why it's only 7-0.
Franklin back to punt it away for Mount Union as the Raiders could not convert on that third down low line drive spiral. Didn't turn over, but it will flip into the end zone. And the Cardinals now will get the football back. 57 seconds left to go in the first half. It's still a 7-0 Purple Raider lead here at Otterbein.
Middle of the first, Guardians and Tigers tied at 0.
Okay.
As Quan, Fry, and Ramirez come to bat.
I think today, and I talked to some people last night at the high school game, they said I was nuts. I said, this is a must-win today for Cleveland.
Yeah.
You're going against the Detroit Ace on Monday. You got to get this one today. You have to get this one today.
Yeah, Holton going today for Detroit.
1st and 10 Cardinals.
So here comes Otterbein, 57 seconds. I'm interested to see now what they do here in the final minute of play. How aggressive do they want to get in a 7-point game? Lassiter back to throw, looks, fires, caught at the 41-yard line on a first down.
There's your
That's
answer.
Owen Mange.
Throw right down the seam to the wide receiver in the slot in a 20-yard gain.
1st and 10 Cardinals.
Now they're thinking a little bigger now after that completion pass. Over the middle, wide open, caught. The big tight end rumbles down to the Raider 45-yard line.
Mountain Union's defense leaving guys wide open. Nobody covered the tight end over the middle of the field.
And now Mount Union's got to call timeout to stop the bleeding here a little bit. As the Cardinals, big play first down, up to the line, big play first down, up to the line. And Coach Stark says, wait a minute, we need to stop the momentum. And the Raiders call timeout.
Well, and it was a really good throw on the first play by Lassiter. Again, he put it over the linebacker's head, in between the linebacker and the safety that we're covering there. That's not an easy throw up the seam to do that. And then I was very surprised that you leave the tight end that wide open over the middle of the field. Christian Patatke from LaGrange, Keystone, another good sports school.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing is, maybe you don't know these guys because they're at the bottom of the OAC right now, but if you recruit from winning programs, these kids come here expecting to win, Sam. And if this is 7-7 at the half,
there's going to be shockwaves around the country in
boy.
Division III college football. Purple Raiders now need to make a stop, and keep this baby at 7-0. 47, check it, 43 seconds to go in the first half. Mount Union 7, Otterbein 0. Cardinals on the move at the Raider 45-yard line. Crazy first half. Rolling left, Rossi Moore with a big sack at the 48-yard line. There you go, Rossi. Well, the Raiders needed that, and they got it.
Yeah,
he was coming untouched, and there was nowhere to go for Caden Lassiter. Timeout with 36 seconds to go. The timeout is called by Otterbein.
Yeah, it's a heck of a time to send your All-American linebacker unblocked on a blitz off of the left end of your defensive front. By the way, first at bat for the Guardians and a double to right field by Stephen Kwan. So
Okay.
Runner on second for David Fry, the DH. You're going to be doing play-by-play of this game. I'm going to give them play-by-play of the...
That sounds good.
That way they don't have to leave us. They can just stay here the whole time.
That's right.
And the MLB can have their no rebroadcast of... It's not live.
I'll tell you what, they like today. I would be hard-pressed to stay inside and watch a game on television.
Yeah, I put it on
would-
the radio.
Yeah, I'm outside on a day like today, and that's how I would consume the ball game.
I'm
today.
doing yard work today.
Back to throw. Lassiter rolling right. A little bit of heat. He throws, man, wide open. Inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. First down. Vincent Berardi again out of Columbia Station. And don't look now, but the Otterbein Cardinals are inside the Mount Union 30, down at the 29-yard line. 7-0 Mount. Waning moments in the first half of play. 5 wide empty set. Lassiter's in trouble. Got a block. Looking left. Lost the ball. Penalty flag. Rossi Moore got the ball. Recovered it, but hold everything. We've got 1-2 penalty flags on the play. Holding? Maybe. We'll wait and see. That'll stop the clock with 21
I
seconds
think these
to
penalties might offset. I think it might be a face mask on Oh,
double whammy. So a double holding on Otterbein. One was declined, the one accepted.
well, and Coach Dart is upset because he's trying to make the case that Rossi Moore, who was the last to try to go after the football, recovered it before he went out of bounds.
I thought he did. I caught it with the naked eye. Again, we're a long ways away. I thought maybe Moore was able to cradle that ball before he went out of bounds, but penalty will take the ball back to the Raider 40.
Runners on first and second for Ramirez.
First and 20.
Oh, Jose.
No outs.
So first and 20 now for Otterbein at the Purple Raider 40-yard line. 7-0. Mount Union with a lead here, but a surprising first half of play down here in Westerville, Ohio.
Yeah, Upstart Cardinals been really holding their own.
Clock is back into motion now. Lassiter looking deep. He's going for the home run. Got a man. It's incomplete at the 5-yard line. Oh, he had his man open.
You know, it's interesting. He led that pass on the inside shoulder going deep, and I think had he put that on the outside shoulder of Cass Cole, his wide receiver, who, by the way, excellent size at 6'5" and 190 from Antelope, California. Never heard of Antelope, except for the Gene Autry song.
That's a long way from Westerville. All right. 12 seconds to go. Clock back into motion. Lassiter a deep out over the hands of his intended wide receiver down at the 27-yard line. Incomplete. So now.
Lassiter's pass incomplete, intended for Armani Burton.
You'd mentioned no made field goals this year yet.
Yeah, what's the range now if you're looking at it for the kicker?
I mean, you got to get at least to the, 25 to give yourself any kind of a shot. Timeout, by the way.
Yeah, Braylon Balandra, your kicker.
College football scoreboard update here during the break. By the way, Tigers and Guardians still no score there. Penn State 14, UCLA 3 at the break. Navy over Air Force 21-7. SMU 21, Louisville 13, second quarter. A&M still smacking Missouri around 24-0. Army leads Tulsa 21-7. Boston College 14-6, Virginia at the break. Wisconsin leads Purdue 21-6 at halftime. 2 minutes to go. Pitt leads North Carolina 17-10. UMass leads Northern Illinois at halftime 13-7. John, can I interest you in some NHL preseason hockey scores?
You know, I'm trying to cut back this time of year, actually. I let it consume me too much, actually, you know. Our boy Keller at the station, he is
probably on pins and needles.
Knee-deep in that.
Preseason hockey.
I just can't.
It's
can't do preseason
it's too
anything.
early. Yeah. All right, Otterbein, long way to go now. Lassiter fires, caught inside the 25. Now you might have a shot at a field goal for the Cardinals, but they're going to hurry up and get up to the line. There's only 1.6 left. They spike it. How about that? With 0.1 on the clock. Jeff Dart says, "Are you kidding me?" So they rolled the dice. They went to pick up a chunk, thinking they could maybe get up on the ball and spike it with no time, or with just enough time to get off a snap. Here comes the call from the referee.
Stop. So the half is over.
Oh, the half is over. They said they did not stop the clock in time.
Well, what they're saying is what happened is this, Sam.
Score, Mount Union 7,
So
Otterbein 0.
he caught the ball. He was still in the field of play. And after that happened, he was brought down. So the clock should have kept running because it wasn't a first down.
That's right.
So it
there should have never
stopped
been a stoppage
at 1.6 seconds. And then it gave them the chance to get up and spike the ball, which should have never happened. So you send it into the half. By the way, Guardians 1, Tigers 0. Don't know what happened, but hey, you'll take it.
We'll take a run. Mount a little lucky there, maybe. I mean, Otterbein.
They have the ball coming out of the half.
You could have maybe tried a field goal there. Maybe you make it. It's a 7-3 game, but nonetheless, a bizarre first half here in Westerville. Your score: Mount Union 7, Otterbein nothing. Big halftime break coming up right here on 1310 WDPN.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Sure, we're all about Stark County, but did you know we have express fixed routes to Akron and Cleveland? Just take Route 81, that's Akron, or Route 4 to Cleveland. Shop, eat.
Recognize your needs and hope to bring comfort to your home. They are the Ream Pro dealer for the Alliance area. Serving the area since 1975, Harding Heating and Cooling does everything for your comfort. With transparent pricing, 24/7 emergency services, comfort is just a phone call away at 330-823-8461. Visit Harding Heating and Cooling online at hardingheating.com.
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of AM 1310 WDPN News. A Jackson Township business gets an unexpected visitor. The vehicle crashed into Angelo's To Go on Fulton Drive Northwest around 12:30 this afternoon. There was no word on any injuries. A man and a young girl reportedly were in the vehicle. Recent rainfall may have helped your lawn and garden, but it hasn't been enough to completely reverse the effects of the ongoing drought. According to the U.S. Drought Monitor at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, a large portion of southeastern Ohio continues to experience extreme or exceptional drought conditions. Most of Stark County is considered to be on the other end of the scale, abnormally dry or moderate drought conditions. Portions of Carroll and Tuscarawas counties are experiencing drought conditions ranging from moderate to extreme to exceptional. Columbiana and Mahoning counties are seeing abnormally dry or moderate drought conditions. Alliance residents get an opportunity to bring questions and concerns to city officials. Mayor Andy Grove, Police Chief Akenra X, Alliance Schools Superintendent Rob Gress, and University of Mount Union President Gregory King participated in a panel discussion during the second quarterly forum. It was held Wednesday night at the Family Matters Resource Center. The repository reports Grove said economic development is a major priority. He touted the opening of several retail stores and restaurants in the last 2 years. X said his officers have trained on crisis intervention in cases involving mental illness, and several have been certified. Gress said the school district has seen an increase in enrollment in career tech programs. King said enrollment at Mount Union has been on the decline, and reversing the trend is a priority. A proposed noise ordinance will be the topic of discussion for members of Massillon City Council. The Health, Welfare, and Building Regulation Committee is scheduled to meet Monday. The Independent reports the measure would cap decibel levels within industrial areas and residential neighborhoods. Proposal has varying decibel level limits for day and night hours. Weekday and weekend hours would differ in industrial and residential areas. Council members Julie Harwig-Smith and Holly Bryan Huth have suggested having a professional sound study conducted in parts of the city before passing a noise ordinance. Brimfield Township police say a boy was removed from class after being accused of making threats to shoot up Field Middle School. A resource officer was alerted by multiple students Wednesday. They alleged the boy made the threats at an athletic practice Tuesday night. He was taken to the Portage Geauga County Juvenile Detention Center. The boy is charged with making terroristic threats. He also faces disciplinary action from the school district. Police say an investigation concluded the boy did not bring a weapon to school, and the threats were not directed at a specific student. More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcasts again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
The state can refile misdemeanor domestic violence charges after a mistrial was declared in the case against a former Youngstown schools administrator. WFMJ-TV reports prosecutor Devin Stanley said previously excluded evidence inadvertently came out during the testimony of a Liberty Township police officer in the trial of Chivas Whipple. Visiting Judge Robert Lavery granted the mistrial. Whipple was charged in February after video showed him pushing a teen girl into a car hard enough to dent the vehicle. His contract as Dean of Students and East High School basketball coach was not renewed by the district. A Youngstown man has been transferred from the Mahoning County Jail to the Lawrence County Jail. 32-year-old Andrew Howard is charged with murder in the April shooting death of 39-year-old Omar Hakim. His body was discovered in a vehicle in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Angeline Mazzi Carlucci was charged with conspiracy for transporting the shooter to the scene of the crime. Howard was transferred to Lawrence County late Thursday. Warren police say they were involved in a lengthy standoff today. Around 9:20 this morning, officers were called to a home on South Feederly Drive Southeast about a domestic disturbance. They called for backup after reports of possible shots fired. At least one person was barricaded inside. A negotiator was called to the scene. Around 1:30, a man and woman surrendered to police. Charges are pending. An investigation is underway. Two young boys are getting credit for alerting people inside the Poland Library of a fire that could have been much worse. Officials with the Western Reserve Joint Fire District say the kids were riding bikes past the library Thursday afternoon when they spotted flames in the mulch outside. They told people inside the building and activated a fire alarm. The library was evacuated. Firefighters ventilated the building, which was closed for the remainder of the day. A corner of the library sustained minor damage. Normal operations were expected to resume today. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, right after the forecast from News 5 meteorologist Mark Johnson. From the AM 1310 WDPN newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
All right, more great weather shaping up for your Saturday. We'll see a high today near 71 degrees with lots of bright sunshine all day long. Overnight clear and starry and chilly. Grab that sweater again, 48. I am Art J. Weather from News 5.
Visit Carnation Optical at 75 Glamorgan Street, across from the Glamorgan Castle, right here in Alliance, formerly in the Carnation Mall. Carnation Optical is locally owned and operated since 1983, with over 1,000 frames to choose from, and their glasses are made in-house. Stephanie and her team at Carnation Optical invite you to call and schedule your eye appointment at 330-821-5476 and experience Carnation Optical's laid-back, casual environment with on-site lab for fast and accurate services. Carnation Optical at the intersection of Union and Glamorgan. Come see for yourself.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Not sorta smart, SARTA Smart. Did you know we have 32 fixed routes? Just think of all the places that'll take you. So many of your SARTA destinations to shop, eat, entertain, have fun, learn, and earn. Catch any of them at our 4 transit centers. You'll find them in Alliance, Belden Village, Canton, and Massillon. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Gear up for game day with Grinders Above and Beyond, the spot for tailgating fun. Grinders has everything you need to make your pregame experience unforgettable. Join us for happy hour from 4 to 6 p.m. and get a taste of our homemade tailgating favorites. Planning a big game gathering? Let us handle the catering. From sandwich platters and homemade chips to soups and salads, pies, and brownie samplers. We've got all your tailgating needs at Grinders Above and Beyond. Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
You're listening to Mount Union Football on AM 1310 WDPN.
We're turning back in here on AM 1310 WDPN and on Q92's Facebook and YouTube pages. As at the half, Mount Union leading Otterbein here in Westerville 7-0. A very strange first half for the Purple Raiders, who came in the heavy favorite here at Memorial Stadium at Dwight C. Ballinger Field, but only leading 7-0. We'll take a look at the halftime numbers now, and we'll get you the single highlight from the first half. But starting first, looking at the numbers. Of course, as I said, the score, Mount Union 7, Otterbein 0. First downs in the ball game. It's Mount Union with 12, Otterbein with 11. Actually, to this point, Otterbein outgaining Mount Union in all facets of the game. Rushing yards, Otterbein with 65 on 16 carries and 133 passing yards on 11 of 19. They have 198 total yards, whereas Mount Union, 55 rushing yards on 17 carries and 107 passing yards on 8 of 12 for 162 total yards. In the first half, Mount Union just 1 for 5 on third down and 1 for 3 on fourth down, whereas Otterbein was 4 for 8 on third down and 0 of 1 on their 1 fourth down attempt. Individuals in the first half, well, the guy getting it done for Otterbein through 2 quarters is their quarterback in Caden Lassiter. 14 attempts on the ground, 55 yards, a long of 19. Didn't score, but he was also 11 of 19 through the air for 133 yards and only sacked once. And Owen Mengi, his leading target, 3 catches for 36 yards. Vincent Berardi, the tight end, 3 catches for 35 yards. Cass Cole, 2 for 39. And Zane Dunning with 2 for 7. For Mount Union individually in the first half, Darnell Williams, the leading rusher, 4 attempts, 43 yards. Had a good first half in terms of yardage, but did not score. Other rushers, Sean Thomas carried it 5 times for 10 yards, and Mount Union's leading rusher, Tyler Echeverry, just 1 time for 5 yards. Noah Boudry did carry it 7 times. He gained 11, but he lost 14, so he's a net of just negative 3 yards in the first half. He was sacked twice. He was 8 for 12 through the air for 107 yards and the touchdown. Jerry Cooper, 3 catches, 48 yards. Tyrell Sanders, 3 for 32 and the score. Nicky Turner, 1 for 15, and Matt Anderson, 1 for 12 in the first half. And the game, Mount Union punted once, whereas Otterbein punted twice in that first half. Otterbein's Justin Bartlett had 1 sack in the first half. Cullen Dent had the other, and Rossi Moore, the lone sack for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. All right, let's run you through the lone highlight in the first half. Mount Union only scored once. That was the only scoring in the first half, and it came at the 4:53 mark of the second quarter, and it sounded like this.
Coming up on 5 minutes of the first half, still no score. Baxter split. Cooper in motion to the right side. Boudry fakes it. Noah running, got a little room. He's looking. He dumps it in the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Raiders. And finally, Mount Union is on the board with under 5 to go in the first half, and it's 6-0 Purple Raiders.
Tyrell Sanders, the one who scored on the 4-yard pass from Noah Boudry. And the Purple Raiders, Yvonne Merrick, added the extra point, and Mount Union with the lead at the half, 7-0. All right, halftime continues, 7-0. Mount Union in front. Purple Raiders getting set to take the field again. Otterbein getting set to do the same thing. We'll take a timeout as you're listening to Mount Union Purple Raiders football on AM 1310 WDPN. When we come back, Sam will rejoin me, and we'll get you set for the second half.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Hello, Purple Raider fans. Chuck Moore here, former Mount Union running back, four-time national champion, and 2001 Gallardi Trophy winner. Are you facing some major financial events, things like retirement, marriage, divorce, or selling a business? We at Markham Wealth understand, and we can help. Call 330-564-8590 or visit www.markhamwealth.com for a free consultation.
Neither tailored services nor the background of your financial professional should be construed as a guarantee of a particular outcome. Past performance does not guarantee future results. All investing comes with risk, including risk of loss. Markham Wealth is an SEC registered investment advisor. Registration does not imply a certain level of skill or training.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA smart. Who rides SARTA? You do. You, your neighbors, coworkers, and the people behind you in line at the grocery store. Our riders are moms, dads, students, retirees, and commuters. To help persons with disabilities, our ProLine countywide service picks them up and takes them direct to their destination. SARTA riders tell us they appreciate all the places we take them and how we help the community. That's how you get SARTA smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Step back in time at Doug's Classic 57, Alliance's favorite diner, serving up authentic diner fare just like the good old days. Whether you're grabbing breakfast, lunch, or dinner, we've got the comfort food you crave, served with a side of nostalgia. So bring the family, bring the friends, and come hungry. Doug's Classic 57, where the past tastes delicious. Located right here in Alliance. Doug's Classic 57, serving an authentic classic diner experience for over 50 years.
Well, the shock of the day so far here in Division III football happening at Dwight C. Ballinger Field in Westerville, as at the half, Mount Union ahead just 7-0 over the winless Otterbein Cardinals. John Bozica, Sam Berkwin now joins me back in the broadcast booth for the second half coming up. And Sam, we did not expect this coming down on the road here for the third-ranked Purple Raiders, and they will start on defense in the second half. And this drive for Otterbein to begin the second half could be a huge tone setter for this game, either staying down this path or Mount Union finally creating some separation.
Yeah, we're driving down today and we're, throwing some numbers around, throwing some scores around what we thought it might be after the first quarter, midway through the second quarter. And we did not have 7-0 at halftime on our bingo card. This has been a bizarre first half. And, Otterbein comes in 0-3. Last time they beat Mount Union was 1977. But they believe they can at least fight with them, okay? And once you transfer that, we believe we can fight, we can hang into, well, maybe we can do this thing. And then that makes them all the more powerful. And would have loved to have been a fly on the wall inside the Mount Union locker room at halftime, because I'm sure Jeff Dart and maybe some assistants and maybe even some players peeled a couple of layers of paint during the talk, because that was not a Mount Union football first half.
I think there's any chance you mention the old man, Larry Karras, in the stands. I know he is a quarterbacks coach on the team. I think there's any chance he moseyed his way on over to the Reich for halftime to have a few words about something. It's always a possibility that he could be in there. By the way, the only other OAC game going on right now, John Carroll and Muskingum. 140 in the opening quarter, 7-0 John Carroll. Is this that like quasi Sunday or Saturday?
It's going to be one of those weird days in early October. You wake up and you think you know how the day is going to go, and then after you've been up for a couple hours and you're moving around and you got to your destination and you're thinking, this is not what I thought it was going to be.
By the way, the one positive that we can share with you here at the half, the Guardians 5 and the Detroit Tigers 0, and that is in the top of the second with 2 outs and a runner on second for the Tigers. Lane Thomas, midseason acquisition by the Cleveland Guardians, a 3-run bomb to left field, scoring 2 runners plus himself. And Guardians, you and I, Sam, both looked at each other as we grabbed the hot dog and said ball game. And Tanner Bybee gets through the top of the second unscathed as they head to the bottom of the second. And by the way, top of the order coming back up. They batted through the lineup in that first time in the first inning.
So, Guardians up big there. Purple Raiders up 7-0 as we get set for the second quarter. How about this, John Bazika? We're getting ready to go in the third quarter, and it's not even 2 o'clock yet.
It's like a perfect day, right?
How about that?
We have a 2-hour drive home.
We do.
I've heard you and the wife are trying to use a Gervasi gift card today.
We get out of here early enough. We still might have time for a little pit stop on the way home. Maybe catch a little
Buckeye football.
Little Buckeyes. Maybe even the Gardos still might be in action. We'll see. All right, here we go. Second half underway in Otterbein. Cardinals with the return. Left hash now going middle, 10 to 13, and let's say down at the 12-yard line, and that's where Otterbein will go first and 10. So Lewis on the return. Now, let's see how both these teams come out of the locker room. Mount Union on defense, Otterbein on offense. It's a 7-0 ball game.
Return to the 12-yard line.
Trust me, I'm not trying to say, hey, this is one of the most important drives in the history of football. I'm not. But what I'm saying is, how does Mount come out of the locker room, which I'm sure they were given a little talking to, and how does Otterbein respond? Hey, it's a 7-point game. We got the ball to start the third quarter against the number 3 team in the country. So here we go. Lassiter and company ready to roll. First and 10 at their own 10-yard line. Twins to the right. Lassiter fakes a run left, right. He's going to go left, cups back, and he's taken down at the 15-yard line. And that's where he will be taken down for a loss of 3 yards on the play.
Some of it might have been just general communication defensively there, but Mount Union seemed surprised by something at the line there. Zach Liebler, the freshman from Massillon, the one who came up and made the tackle, but there seemed to be some sort of miscommunication of something that was going up front.
So second down at 7 for Otterbein. Just underway, third quarter play, 7-0 Raiders. Back to throw, Lassiter. Fire's got a man. Tip, batted, tip. Oh, my goodness, somebody's got it. And the Raiders pick it off at the 25-yard line. That thing bounced 10 times in the air before Brandon Yassins pulls it out of the air, and the Raiders take over first and 10.
Yeah, initial tip was by Weston Arthur, the linebacker. I think he got his big mitt up there. It was either him or John Klump. Couldn't tell which one of the two did it, but made that initial tip. Marcus Jackson came up and almost caught the football, and then Janssen's the one who eventually brings it in. And Sam, you asked about the start. Well, they were not jumping the passing lanes like that in the first half. That's an adjustment.
So a turnover for the Purple Raiders, and they will take over first and 10 out here at the Otterbein 25-yard line. Got an injured Raider being attended to, but the young fella is sitting up and appears to be okay. Guardians 5-0 over the Tigers. Buckeyes and Hawkeyes will get underway around 3:40 this afternoon. Just down the road at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. That is Jackson, the Raider, who's shaken up, but he's going off the field under his own power.
Penn State 14-3 now over UCLA. That's a third quarter score. And 25th ranked Texas A&M dominating 9th ranked Missouri 31-0 early in the third quarter.
That is unbelievable. That really is.
Getting to the SEC and all types of things happen. The SEC, by the way, between Texas A&M and Missouri.
Yeah, makes sense, doesn't it? Here we go. 1st and 10, Purple Raiders at the Otterbein 25-yard line. Boudry back to throw. Crossing route is there. Nobody home. Boudry rolling right. Flag is on the play. He fires, almost intercepted at the 15-yard line. But a penalty flag at the 30, and undoubtedly this will be a holding penalty on Mount Union.
You know, so you can coach how crisp your play is. You can coach blocking. You can coach a lot of things. Otterbein has something that you cannot coach, and that's speed. They are really quick on the defensive side of the ball, and they have been able to stick with Mount Union's wide receivers that have not been able to get any separation. Boudry, tough to make decisions with guys close on his receivers.
Raiders 1st down and 20 at the 35. There goes Noah Boudry trying to get through all the traffic, and he'll pick up a couple, maybe a yard. He crosses inside the 35 to the 34. And again, you talked about the speed, John. Cardinals everywhere converging on the Mount Union quarterback.
Well, and I really think it starts with the guy that we were talking about in the first half, Randy Cochran, their NFL scouted safety. Even though he's not in the middle of the defense, he is in the defensive secondary, and he gets back there and makes plays and finds a way to get around the football.
2nd down and 19 for the bad snap. Boudry picks it up, hands it off to Echeverry, and Tyler Echeverry is going to be snowed under back at the 36-yard line. That's a loss of 2 more on the play. Again, Bartlett and company making plays for Otterbein. It's 3rd and long for Mount Union.
Well, now you're asking Noah Boudry to do something that he was not able to do in the first half, which is make the deep throw and make an accurate throw. He completed a pass for a touchdown, but he was kind of erratic at times in the first half. Big play again here.
3rd down and 21 for the Raiders at the Otterbein 36. Boudry back to throw. Boudry steps up, slings it deep left for Sanders. Caught the ball inside the 10 to the 9 and a 1st down. Oh, what a play, and what a big-time play by Sanders.
That catch was better than his catch week 1 against Ferrum. To get that foot down in bounds, he had very little space there in double coverage. And to Noah Boudry's credit, Sam, put that ball where only Tyrell could find it.
Huge play for Mount Union. Raiders 1st and goal at the Cardinal 9-yard line. 7-0 Mount Union early 3rd quarter here in Westerville. What we got? Timeout? Yes. Timeout Otterbein. And we will keep it here. 7-0 Mount Union.
Well, and keep in mind, last time Mount Union was in this position, well, it wasn't the last time, but the first time they were in this position, Otterbein stopped them on a 1st and goal from the 6, and they ended up stopping them on a 4th and goal from the 1. So Otterbein has proven that they can hang when they're in this tough spot here. What are you looking at?
Well, just some of the numbers here. We talked about the Mount Union Otterbein series and how long it's been since Otterbein beat them out. That was all the way back in 1977, a 24-17 ball game. Otterbein, they're coming off the bye week. Folks, they're looking for their first win in 2 seasons. Last time they won a game, October 1st of 22 against Capital. They're on an 18-game losing streak, and they are punching and counter-punching with one of the best in the country today.
Inspired effort by a young team. Truly is.
All right, Raiders trying to punch one in here. Boudry in a pistol. Hands it off to Echeverry. Tyler pulled down, dragged down at the 6-yard line.
It's really interesting, Sam. Every week that we've seen Mount Union, we've said that the thing that they can keep falling back on when the pass game is working is how effective the line is and how well Echeverry runs. The one thing that Otterbein has truly taken away from them is the ability to use Otterbein's speed in the backfield. And it's forcing Tyler Echeverry or forcing Noah Boudry to have to make big throws.
2nd and goal, Purple Raiders at the Otterbein 6-yard line. Echeverry to the right of his quarterback, Boudry, trips off to the left-end side. Now motion is Turner to the boundary. Boudry back to throw, fires it, back corner of the end zone. It's intercepted. Not sure why you want to come out there, but it's an interception by the Otterbein Cardinals. Whoa. Who is that young man? Is that 15 or 16 down there?
I'm having trouble telling
Is
myself.
that Bartlett? Can't be Bartlett.
I think it's 19.
If it is, that's Niels Abasolo out of Independence, if indeed that's who it is. Yep. Wow. Otterbein turns the Purple Raiders over, and they'll get it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
A red zone turnover. So 3 times in the red zone today. They punched it in once. They were turned away on the 1, and they turned it over there.
Well, this is becoming
a
little bit more discerning as we move along here. Handoff over the right tackle, 21-yard line on progress and no further.
Matt Griffin, the ball carrier.
So Griffin, the ball carrier, leads the team with 172 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Well, and what do we say? Otterbein scores here, and then it goes from, oh, maybe we could do it to, we're tied. We're in this game. We believe now.
Yeah. And the longer you go, A, that shortens the clock.
Yeah.
B, okay, well, we've done it this long. Maybe we can finish. There's an out pattern, caught, and minimal gain of around 3 yards, maybe 3 for Berardi. But completed pass, keeps the clock running. You picked up a couple of yards. Now, 3rd and 8 coming up for Otterbein at their own 22-yard line. Purple Raiders 7, Cardinals nothing. 3rd quarter here in Westerville on 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika, in a shocker so far here on this Saturday afternoon.
Otterbein has done everything this afternoon, Sam, except hit the big play.
Lassiter in the gun, trips left, wide right. He's looking downfield. Lassiter fires, got a man, caught, 1st down. Berardi at the 31-yard line.
You know, I love that too. Berardi runs to the middle of the field, gets to the sticks, goes 1 yard past it. He needed 8. He went 1 yard past it, went 9, and a great throw by Lassiter. I am continually impressed by Lassiter, Sam. He's made big throw after big throw.
Only a sophomore.
This does not look like an 0-3 team. How is this team 0-3?
How is this team? I was just about to ask you. 18-game losing streak, 0-3 this year. I mean, you just never know. Lassiter's going to run it out of the shotgun snap, spinning and twisting his way, and he will keep fighting, and he gets down, to the 34. So he picks up almost 3, and we'll call it 2nd down and 7. Top of the 3rd in Cleveland, Guardians 5, Tigers nothing. Buckeyes and Hawkeyes come up at 3:40 today, just down the road in Columbus at Ohio Stadium.
You know, I'm a big believer, Sam, though, in the fact that if the matchups are right, records don't matter. If you have things that match up, like if you have enough team speed, you can sometimes mask your inefficiencies and make it a game.
Now we're going to go trips right is Otterbein. H-back off to the right side as well. Lassiter, look out, he's in trouble. Throws, caught at the 40 to the 42. That's going to be close to a 1st down, and it is a 1st down.
And that's not just any guy on his back there as he threw that. That's the preseason All-American bandit linebacker, Rossi Moore, ready to get his 2nd sack of the game. And Lassiter, the sophomore, stands in and hits his target for a 1st down. That's a heck of a play.
I thought for sure Rossi was going to get there in time. Pass and catch is good. Cole with the catch. 1st down, Cardinals at their own 41. Mount Union 7, Otterbein nothing, 3rd quarter. Every play we go into this, the more bizarre it becomes. There is Lassiter running over right tackle. He's all the way out to the 48-yard line.
And by the way, 7:40 left in the 3rd quarter. We are halfway through the 3rd quarter. And Otterbein at this point, Sam, a drive that started on their own 20 there to midfield.
And the only reason that drive started there is because they forced a Mount Union turnover inside the red zone.
Otterbein,
the Raiders made a turnover, and it's just like Otterbein, just like, okay, they got the stiff jaw today. They're taking everything Mount can throw at them in spurts, and it's a 7-point ball game. Wide left, slot left, wide right. Second down for Otterbein. It's going to be a run. It's going to be another first down. Down to the Mount Union 48-yard line. And Lassiter is approaching 100 yards on the ground today, running the ball out of the quarterback position.
So far on the game to this point, Caden Lassiter, 14 of 23 through the air, 150 yards, and on the ground, 18 attempts, 68 yards, and a long of 19.
Wow, he might be closer to 100. Now you probably factor in a couple of sacks that took some of his yardage away, but still, that's a pretty good day's work against this Raider defense.
Otterbein outgaining Mount Union in the game, 233 to 191. Uneasy Purple Raider fans right now.
Yeah, we look down to the left, and you can see some of the folks in purple going, hey, what's going on here? Lassiter back to throw. He's got room if he wants to run. 45, puts his head down and taken out of bounds at the 44. So Lassiter still picks up around 4 yards on the play.
They're lucky that wasn't a flag thrown out of bounds there. Jazz Jackson, I know it was just a weird, awkward spot, but he upended Lassiter as he went out of bounds.
You ever see cheerleading squads do dual performances?
In high school, yes.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. Of course, again here, only one side of the stadium, so both fans are in the bleachers on this side at Otterbein at Ballinger Field.
Got McCaw down there, too.
That's right.
Purple Raider mascot.
We're already in motion. Lassiter's going to run that way, and the Raiders bring him down at the 45-yard line. Jackson on the tackle for Mount Union. Rossi Moore was in there as well. You've seen flashes of great Mount Union defense today. That was one of them right there.
So, Sam, you weren't here at the half when I read the numbers. You were finding your way to a drinking
fountain. I was filling up water out of the sink down in the restroom.
5 of 9, Otterbein is in the game on third down. Mount Union 2 of 6. That's really significant because another key third down here, and this is where Otterbein has continued to extend the game. 5 minutes in the third quarter, by the way.
7-0 Raiders. Under 5 to go now. We're going to go wide left, Otterbein. They're going to go triangle trips to the right side. Lassiter in the gun. Raiders only rushing 4. Lassiter fires it. He bounces it incomplete.
Caden Lassiter's pass incomplete.
For Pataki at the 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to bring in the punt team. Jake Schaefer, interim coach, says, let's punt it. Try to punt it. Get them down deep in their own area.
So the other key to this that I think has been interesting for Otterbein is that their drives are long enough that it's giving their defense rest.
Yes.
So their defense is fresh every time they come out. And that's significant because most games that Mount Union wins in a big blowout, the other defense gets tired quickly.
And they're able to tilt field position every time with these punts just like that. Mount's got to go 85 yards.
Yeah.
They'll go 1st and 10 at their own 15, maybe the 16. A little bit more than halfway through the third quarter. It's still the Purple Raiders 7 and the Cardinals nothing. I can just hear, I can just see now the reaction of people all across the country looking up and they thought they would either turn on the radio or check their phone or check a score. It's got to be 45-0 or something. No, it's 7-0 in the third quarter.
Well, and at this point, if you're Marietta, who just beat Otterbein 51-14, you're saying, how good are we? We're undefeated.
Purple Raiders now going right to left, up 7. Zip Boudry gets a shotgun snap, hands it off. Nothing.
Sam, it's speed. It is all speed. Most teams, last week after Mount Union scored in the first quarter against BW, I wrote a note to you and I passed to you and I said, Mount Union is faster.
Yes.
I have never done that today and never felt that today. You can see it, that Otterbein can keep up with Mount Union.
How is this team 0-3? Boudry back to throw. Noah looks, fires deep out. It is caught by Sanders at the 39 and a first down. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. Taunting on Sanders, and that's going to be a 15-yard penalty. And that is going to infuriate Coach Jeff Dart. Well, I can smell a substitution coming right now.
Well, and 2 other things, too, at this point. One is that Sanders went to his back to catch that. And when he did, the corner for Otterbein actually had the ball going to the ground. And obviously the offensive player gets the football in that one-on-one jostle over the possession. But Otterbein was trying to say that the pass was never caught in the first place. And you were right. Tyrell Sanders no longer on the field.
Coach Dart had the hands on hips look for about 25 seconds after that penalty.
He's still having words with that official, by the way.
So you go from another spectacular grab to get a first down on a 3rd and long. Now it's the first down, but now you're back to your own 23-yard line. 7-0 Raiders, 3rd quarter of play. Boudry hands it off to Darnell Williams, 25, 26, 28, 30-yard line. Darnell picks up 7 yards on the play. That'll make it 2nd down and 3. Boy,
3:48 third quarter.
Still a 7-point game in the 3rd quarter. This really is unbelievable to see.
Well, and I don't know about you, but if Otterbein doesn't run out of time at the end of the half, I think they score.
Something.
Right.
Even if it was 3.
I mean, this is becoming more fascinating by the minute.
It is. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't think it is, and I'll make this point after this play. Inside handoff, Darnell Williams, spinning and twisting and shaking. Look at him go, 31, 32, 33, 34, and a first down for Mount Union. It is no longer, Mount Union is flat. They didn't come ready to go today. They weren't excited. They thought it was going to be ho-hum another Saturday in the OAC. To me, it's not that anymore. It's Otterbein is showing us they can play football, and we're watching it right here.
Well, and if you're the rest of the OAC today, how are you viewing this?
You better take notice.
You want to bottle up this game plan that Mount Union has gone against and try to repeat it.
Sims goes tight right. Jeff Dart again has to very briskly come onto the field and call a timeout.
2:38 third quarter.
This is amazing. 2:38 the third quarter. We'll take a break. It is still Mount Union 7, Otterbein nothing on 1310 WDPN.
Visit Carnation Optical at 75 Glamorgan Street, across from the Glamorgan Castle, right here in Alliance, formerly in the Carnation Mall. Carnation Optical is locally owned and operated since 1983, with over 1,000 frames to choose from, and their glasses are made in-house. Stephanie and her team at Carnation Optical invite you to call and schedule your eye appointment at 330-821-5476 and experience Carnation Optical's laid-back, casual environment with on-site lab for fast and accurate services. Carnation Optical at the intersection of Union and Glamorgan. Come see for yourself.
Sam Berkwin, John Bazika back on 1310 WDPN, streaming live all over the world at Q92radiosports.com. 7-0 Raiders, late 3rd quarter. Fake to Darnell. Boudry's going to keep it. Go, Noah, go. 35, 40, 45. Midfield out of bounds. First down, Raiders. That's a gain of 15 yards. First time we've seen Noah kick it in gear today and get a nice chunk of yardage and a first down.
Yeah, Mount Union's been searching all day for that kind of jolt, something that can get him jump-started a bit, and we've seen Boudry really successful with that zone read, and as you said, excellent fake there. I'm surprised at how little we've seen Tyler Echeverry today.
Kind of wonder if he's maybe dinged up a little bit or play action fake to Darnell over the middle. Caught Nicky Turner and a first down. Raiders at the Otterbein 36-yard line.
They saw something in that timeout there.
Yeah, that's not a place where you usually would call a timeout unless you think you can really do something. First down, 14-yard pickup for the Purple Raiders. Still 7-0 Mount, waning moments here in the 3rd quarter. In Westerville, the home of the Otterbein Cardinals. Play action, Noah back to throw. Got a man wide open, caught at the 30, inside the 27, down at the 27-yard line. So the tight end, Matt Anderson, hauls it in. And for the first time today, and this goes back to even the touchdown drive, you're seeing good rhythm, good execution, good blocking.
Well, and to your point, that touchdown drive, 2 15-yard penalties on Otterbein aided that drive. I think the counter by Mount Union here, Sam, has been quicker hitting plays. Get the ball out of the hands of Noah Boudry or make a decision fast. That way the speed for Otterbein doesn't have time to adapt.
Twins left, Anderson to the right. Give to Darnell. Anderson throws the block. There goes Darnell. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's gone. Touchdown, Mount Union. Darnell Williams into the end zone. And a 13-0 Mount Union late third quarter.
Really nice blocking up front. Darnell simply followed it, had one-on-one with the DB, and you take that matchup all day unless you're going against Randy Cochran, their outstanding safety. I didn't catch who the last line of defense was, but Darnell did a really nice job of making him miss, and that's the type of drive that you've been looking for.
Yvonne Merrick on for the extra point to make it a 14-0 game. What did that feel like forever in between touchdowns there? Franklin puts it down. Yvonne's extra point is up, and the kick is good. It will take a timeout. Third quarter here in Otterbein. 48 seconds left to go. Little breathing room for the good guys. Mount Union 14-0 over the Cardinals. We'll take a break on 1310 WDPN.
Hey, man, good to see you. What brings you out here today? Need to pick up a few tools. You? I need new kitchen cabinets, countertops, maybe even a whole new kitchen, but I can't get any help or find what I need in this place. You need to go to Robertson's for that. Robertson's Kitchen and Bath Gallery is an American Standard plumbing registered showroom, and their knowledgeable consultants have the training and expertise to actually help you get what you need without breaking your budget.
Visit Robertson Kitchen and Bath at 2155 West Main Street in the Alliance Industrial Park, or visit them online at robertsonkitchenandbath.com, where amazing meets affordable.
Purple Raiders in front now, 28. 14-0 over Otterbein. Getting ready to kick off. Ball at the 35-yard line. Yvonne Merrick ready to put his foot into it.
We had I don't even know how many drives there in between. We had so many drives in between that ended in punt or turnover on downs or back-to-back interceptions. That's just crazy. For them to finally punch it in there. 85 yards, by the way.
So a nice drive for the Purple Raiders. That's a very short kickoff. Return from the 7-yard line. Across the 10, up the middle, 15 to the 20 to the 22. Flag has been tossed in. Legal block in the back, maybe. Holding.
Penalty marker on the play.
You know, and the one thing that I think really has hurt Otterbein is waiting for the call here. I'll wait until we get this call to tell you this thought.
No,
maybe not.
You might be waiting as long as it takes for the elevator doors to close.
Man, what are we doing here? Wedge block. You ever heard that? I mean, I have.
I've heard of it. You don't ever see it called. You almost have to be looking for that. So the wedge block called on the Cardinals, and that'll back Otterbein up, and that's going to take the ball all the way back to their own 7-yard line. Purple Raiders in front, 14-0.
Mount Union has a number of guys that can make a play on a moment's notice. Otterbein does not have one guy yet that is capable of just taking to the house at any second. When they develop that, they could be really special. Now if they can play like they did today.
Yeah. You almost get the feeling here, John, that I don't know. You almost smell a pick six here. Lassiter back to throw in the flat, caught out to the 13-yard line. Grab is made by Cass Cole out of Antelope, California. We spoke of that earlier.
I think he's the guy that if you develop him, 6'5", nice size, add a couple more pounds. It's already good size and has great hands. I just really like what he can do on the outside.
Yeah, he's got a good frame. You could probably put another 10, 12 pounds on him. It wouldn't hurt him.
Oh, yeah.
So
he's got an NFL build.
Yep. Stacked Twins left. Lassiter back to throw. It's caught. Across the 15 to the 16 to the 17, maybe the 18. And if they give him the 18, that might be a first down. And it is. Cass Cole. And that's the end of the third quarter here in Westerville. Still kind of a ball game, everybody. We go to the fourth quarter. It's Mount Union 14, Otterbein 0. Purple Raider football continues in a moment.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
Welcome back to Otterbein College here on 1310 WDPN. Sam Berkman and the pride of Otterbein, graduate John Bazika here.
I didn't actually graduate. My wife did.
Okay.
Because of your leadership in 2012.
I talked you out of. Oh God! Don't. Now I feel horrible. Back to throw. Rossi Moore got himself a quarterback sack back at the 10-yard line.
Second of the day for Rossi. That's a really
Rossi.
great play there. What shocks me about that, Sam, is that's the third time that Rossi Moore has come into the backfield unblocked.
Mm-hmm.
And I say I'm shocked by it because that's probably the best linebacker in the country. You got to cover him. I mean, put an extra body on him, chip him, do something.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just let him go unblocked.
Yeah, that's sounding the dinner bell for somebody who hasn't eaten in a week. He's going to come after you and get you. Otterbein now way behind the stick, second and long at their own 9-yard line. Lassiter in the gun. Raiders rush forward. Lassiter fires a little slant, caught and dropped at the 14-yard line as the receiver after making the grab for a gain of around 5 yards on the play.
See, and by difference there, Sam, last time nobody stopped Rossi Moore. That time, I don't know if you caught it, right side of the offensive line, both the right guard and right tackle placed on Rossi Moore, and both went after him and double teamed him to not allow him to get into the backfield. That's a sign of respect a play later.
Zaire Lewis, the freshman from Akron Bookville, with that catch for Otterbein.
He's a good one.
3rd and 14 now, Cardinals. They'll go at their own 15-yard line. See if the Raiders can get off the field here on 3rd down and get the ball back and take another one in. Lassiter back to throw deep, right side. Hangs it up there, incomplete. Double coverage by the Purple Raiders. They're trying to get it to Cole.
Intended for Cass Cole.
And the punt team will come on for Otterbein, and you can start to see Mount start to flex a little bit here early in the 4th quarter to try to take control. College football scoreboard update: Wisconsin hammering Purdue 35-6 in the 3rd quarter.
You know, I just learned last night, and I should know this, I'm 31, but I just learned what a Boilermaker drink is.
Wow.
I did not know that it's a shot of whiskey and a beer.
They didn't teach you that down here in Otterbein.
They didn't. It was a dry campus for a while, not when I went here.
Really?
Just for credit.
I did not know that. Oh, almost fumbled the snap for the punt. Got it away, and that's a boomer. Wow. Fair catch. Holy smokes, that's a great punt. All the way back to the Mount Union 41-yard line. So that's where the Raiders will go 1st and 10. Up 14-0, still early in the 4th quarter here in Westerville, Ohio.
Yeah, a little bit of history about Otterbein and about Westerville. Westerville was a dry town for a long period of time, prohibition, everything like that. And then Otterbein was a dry campus, actually, right before I got here. And then when we got here, they changed that. And what used to happen is that the basketball house is right off the campus. So the basketball kids would go there and drink and look at the Otterbein police and be like, look at what I have here. But I'm not on the campus.
Wow. That's a great history lesson there. Boudry hands it off. Echeverry, go, young man. Oh, flag down. Echeverry's all the way down inside the 5, close to the 2-yard line. His biggest run of the day. But didn't they throw a flag at the 49-yard line?
Vincent Fisher on the tackle for Otterbein. Penalty marker on the play.
Holding on the Purple Raiders.
You know, it's the first time all day that Tyler Echeverry has been given a hole like that to run through. it's really the first time we've seen them utilize him in that sense all day. It's been Darnell who's been the featured back of the day, which, give Darnell his credit, and I'm glad he's getting more touches because you and I both feel, Sam, that he should probably touch the rock way more, but I don't know. Just another little thing today that's clean that up. That's not going to float in the playoffs if you get there.
Looking at going from inside the 5, now you're back at the 40-yard line. Echeverry going right side. He's going to get lucky he didn't get a face mask call. Tyler went for the stiff arm, ended up grabbing the face mask of one of the defenders for Otterbein. They let that one go, but Echeverry was taken down at the 40-yard line, and that'll bring up second down. It's 14-0 Purple Raiders. Fourth quarter here at Otterbein. Stick around. Quick post-game show coming up at the conclusion of today's game.
Gain of 1 to the 40-yard
Still
line.
5-0 Gardos, by the way, top of the fourth.
All right. Echeverry in motion into the flat. Noah Boudry is going to take it and run. 40, 44. Boudry taken down at the 44-yard line.
He is deceptively quick. And his agility is impressive. He does a really good job of making a lot of moves and making guys miss. For a guy that, when you look at him and you look at his stature, you're like, that guy can't run. He's the type of guy that if you see him on the playground, you're probably not picking him first. But he's the type of guy that's a bulldog once you get him out there, and he makes plays. I've always been impressed by him.
3rd down, 6 Purple Raiders. The ball at their own 45-yard line. Fourth quarter, Mount on top of Otterbein, 14-0. Boudry back to throw. Cardinals rush 3. He's got all day. Boudry fires. Caught at the 40-yard line. First down, Sanders. Down to the Otterbein 35-yard line. That's another Stratton Chevrolet first down for the Purple Raiders.
His best throw of the day, I really felt, threw that down the center of the field. Nice delayed crossing route there by Tyrell Sanders, about 20 yards deep, and really impressive throw. I think that's always really impressive when you hang that ball over the middle of the field because there's always a lot of congestion there. Really nice throw.
So Raiders up to the line again. 1st and 10 at the Cardinal 36-yard line. Motion left. Handoff Echeverry. Tyler, 35 to the 30, to the Otterbein 29-yard line. Raiders looking to maybe put this one on ice with a touchdown here in front, 14-0. Today's game also brought to you in part by Sarda, by Robertson Heating, Bonford Glass, by Grinders, Harding Heating and Cooling, Carnation Optical, Doug's Classic 57, Papanero, the Vapor Station, and Markham Health.
Second down 4.
Second down, just a shade over 4. Inside handoff, Tyler Echeverry spinning, twisting, going to be short of the first down is Tyler. They'll bring him down at the Otterbein 27-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 1 for the Purple Raiders.
10 minutes left in the game, Sam.
Tell you what, everybody who was here at the beginning, still here.
I didn't expect that.
Third down,
nice turnout today. I mean, not a packed house by any stretch, but a nice turnout today. Beautiful weather. And, hey, why not? Spend some time in the sunshine and watch some football. Echeverry got the handoff 20-15, 10-5. He's gone. Tyler Echeverry into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Union. And he takes it in from 27 yards. And flags all over the place. Touchdown will stand, I would think, to make it 20-0, 9:35. But 1, 2, 3 penalty flags fired in there at the end of the play. Way to kill the exciting moment.
Nice run by Tyler.
Yep.
His best of the day. Went one-on-one again. Mount Union in this half has been able to isolate their best runners against a safety or a corner or a one-on-one guy on the outside. And, you know, I know that those plays famously run throughout the years where you try to outflank and then get your guy on the outside. And
Otterbein with an unsportsmanlike 15-yard penalty that will be enforced on the kickoff.
But you always trust your horse running against their best.
Yep.
Running downhill like that. And that's exactly what they've done. Williams last time, Echeverry this time.
Marek for the point after.
So the Purple Raiders now starting to pull away here in the fourth quarter. Franklin puts it down. Yvonne Marek's kick is good.
Kick is good.
And we'll take a timeout. Your score, Mount Union 21, Otterbein nothing. Purple Raider football continues in a moment.
Get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. There are several ways to ride SARTA. Pay your fare the way you want. Use our Easy Fare app to get your ticket on the go. Tap to pay with SARTA score and touchdown cards. You can even pay with exact change in cash. The price is right and you can purchase at any of our transit centers. Tickets start as low as $1.50 per ride, or you can get a 30-day pass for $45. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit sartaonline.com/smart.
Purple Raiders 21, Otterbein nothing. Sam Berkwin, John Bazika back with you on WDPN and Q92radiosports.com. College football scoreboard update. Penn State 24, UCLA 3. These games are in the fourth quarter. Louisville and SMU 27-27. A&M all over Missouri 34-7. Wisconsin 42, Purdue 6. Pitt leads North Carolina 24-17. Wake Forest over NC State 17-16. Buckeyes and Iowa coming up at 3:40 today. Don't fall for the 3:30 trick. It's 3:40.
Outstanding, Sam.
How many years I got roped into getting sucked into pregame shows that were 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes overtime. I said, hey,
It's just like the Super Bowl. It's never when they say.
Exactly. There's a pooch kick. Looked like a little confusion for Otterbein. You can hear people in the crowd, grab the ball, get it. Cardinals get it. They flop on it at their own 21-yard line. They'll take over their 1st and 10.
Last night on our broadcast at Canton South, there was a point in the third quarter where we heard a fan say to Coach Dennison from the top row of the stands, just pound it, Coach. They ran the ball the next 7 plays.
There you go.
10 Cardinals.
Well, the PA guy's still fired up despite a 21-point ball game, trying to get the crowd into it here.
It's probably the closest battle they've had with Mount in 15 years.
Yes. I mean, it's been a tough go for the Cardinals. Quarterback keeper over the right side for Lassiter. He will eke out about 2. We'll call it 2nd down and 8 yards to go. A host of purple helmets in there. And the usual suspects, Jackson, Factor, Rossi Moore.
There's a big game here. Gotta look it up. Between these two, I think 2008. Both teams entered, I think, undefeated, and Mount won 49-20.
Wow,
it was a huge crowd.
When was that? What year again?
2008.
2008. Okay. Lassiter back to throw, slings it, caught. Cass Cole. Great catch at the 37-yard line and a 1st down for Otterbein.
You know, he had options there, too. Had the tight end and Berbari running down the seam and ended up going with Cole.
Oh, they're up to the line ready to rock, but a false start on Otterbein. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. I tell you what, I love the poise. When they get into rhythm, hurry up, they get up to the line. I mean, they're up and ready to go. There's no lollygagging. Within like 2 seconds, that ball snapped.
Yeah, that afternoon was 8-0 Mount Union, 8-0 Otterbein, both undefeated within the OAC.
Wow, I bet this place was rocking that day. That had to have been a full house.
4,500 people here.
Wow.
Tell you some names here in a second from that day.
2008. I'm interested to hear some of these names because I obviously had not started calling Purple Raider games at that point. Lassiter's going to go down all the way back at the 26-yard line. Vaughn Factor was there first. And he got some help from Jackson Harris.
Quarterback that day for Mount Union, Greg Michelli.
Lefty or number 13. Yep, remember that.
Top wide receiver, 9 receptions, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'll give you one guess.
2008. Let me think about that. Back to throw, caught. Cass Cole again's got it at the 29 to the 30. Cole's out to the 32-yard line.
Cecil Shorts.
Oh, wow. Okay. Makes sense. He's pretty good.
Top running back, 25 attempts, 166 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Nate Kamick.
Nate Kamick.
That was your trifecta that year.
Wow. That threesome will win you a few games. 3 in the pattern now. Back to throw. Caught. 35, 40, and down at the 40-yard line. Zane Dooning is going to be taken down well short of the first down.
It was 21-13 Mount Union in the second quarter after Otterbein scored. 11:30 left in the game in the second quarter, and then Mount Union proceeded to rip off 28 unanswered between that point and the start of the fourth quarter.
LK and the Raiders had it moving then, didn't they?
They did. 49-20 final, 48 degrees, a 130 kick.
Carson Blake in punt formation.
Guaranteed it was overcast.
It sure was.
Not like today. Beautiful today. Fair catch called for by May at the 23, and that's where the Raiders will go first. But that is fascinating.
And Mount Union won that game, as I said, 49-20. And they clinched a share of the 20th OAC title, an automatic bid to the NCAA playoffs at that point. And the Purple Raiders' win streak was to 32 straight regular season games at that point in time. Again, at that point in time, if you look at it, it says here, Mount Union was ranked number 1 in the nation. Otterbein was 12th in the country. This place was hopping. And Otterbein did make the playoffs. They lost to Franklin in a shootout where both teams scored over 40 points. It was a really good year of college football.
That is some great stuff right there. Raiders not just going to pound clock. 25, 30, 33. Thomas takes it out of bounds. Should be a first down. Nope. They marked him back at the 31, so it'll be second down and 1 yard to go.
I think that's the great thing about the OAC is that every team since Mount started this run in 93 has had spurts.
Mm-hmm.
John Carroll with the longest one, though.
Raiders in front here, 21-0. Noah Boudry back to throw. Noah cranks it up deep, looking for Turner. Intercepted.
Whoa.
Wow, what a grab at the 30-yard line. That is one of the better interceptions you will ever. Oh, he threw a flag. Folks, I'm sorry.
Vincent Fisher intended for Nick Turner.
That's just a guy being over officious right there, like Marv Levy would say.
Vincent Fisher, Sam, that was Odell Beckham level.
I was just going to say, that was one of the best catches / interceptions I have ever seen. And the official found the need to throw a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Well,
don't agree with it. Sorry.
Fisher is celebrating, throws the ball into the air.
That's all he did.
And reasonably so. That's the best play he'll probably ever make in his football life. That's an incredible play. That's the best play we'll see all year. Best play we'll see all year.
That's ESPN top 10 right there.
Yes, that should be number 1 on the top 10. You will not see a better play.
Wow.
I mean, one-handed into 2 defenders, high-pointed the football, caught it, and got Otterbein the ball back. That's incredible. And then the flag on top of it just takes the excitement away.
Yep. Purple Raiders 21-0. Here's some of the peanut gallery down there from the Otterbein folks, what they think of that call. Lassiter back. There's the old penalty flag thrown in by the referee. Boy, the white hat has thrown a lot of flags today. It hasn't been the side judge, the back judge. It's been the referee.
You know, I know, Sam, you and I both probably look at this the same way. My feeling is, unless it's egregious
and doesn't affect the play,
don't call it.
You let it go.
Because, and I know I'm going to sound cliche for saying this, there's holding on every play. There's pass interference on just about every play. It happens every play. And if you start calling it like that every play, you throw off the timing of the game. You throw off the flow of the game. You make it no fun for the kids. You take away all of the joy of playing football.
There's nothing worse than a big-time play and a penalty flag that is thrown on top of it for whatever reason.
Well, because then...
And we're calling it fairly because obviously here we're doing Mount Union football games. We're on the side of the Purple Raiders and all those good things. But you got to call it. You got to call things as they are, and you just hate to see, look, if it was a tie ball game, I might feel a little bit differently, but you got a 21-point cushion. But you just don't throw a flag in that situation right there. You just don't do it.
Well, I mean, that was the best play today.
Yeah.
That was on either side. Even Coach Dart will tell you after the game, that catch by Vincent Fisher, their DB, that's the best thing I saw today. That would make Scott Van Pelt's the best thing I saw today.
First down and a mile. Lassiter pass caught. Berberry's got it out at the 20-yard line. And I'll be the first to tell you, the people that know me, I'm not one for the hot dog stuff. I don't like the celebrating and the dancing and the taunting. I don't go for that. But there, just a simple flip up in the air after an unbelievable catch. There's a sack by the Purple Raiders. Rossi Moore again says hello to the quarterback. Caden Lassiter all the way back at the 9-yard line.
It was a bad snap there and tough play for Lassiter. Had to kind of go down to get it. And Rossi Moore, I think third time today he's been in the backfield. 3-sack game. That's a good afternoon. Mount Union's defense today would give you a good fantasy game. So would Otterbein.
Oh, by the way, it's they're pitching a shutout.
They are. Just doesn't feel like
it. Doesn't feel like it, but it is.
Tight game.
21-0. Raiders will rush 3. Third and about 20. Lassiter a deep out. Incomplete at the 21-yard line. Good closing defense that time by the Purple Raiders secondary. Number 20, Tony Cook on the defensive play. That'll bring up fourth down, and the punt team will come in for Otterbein as this one's starting to wind down here in Westerville. Purple Raiders in front. 21-0, 4:11 left to go in the ballgame. Don't forget post-game show coming up at the conclusion of today's game. And stick around also later on tonight, you can check out Q92 Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for I don't want to jinx that yet. There will be some photos posted. But sometimes the interview situation after a game like this, it could be a little interesting. So we'll hold off on that. But you do want to check out at Q92 Sports on all of your favorite social media platforms.
If you're Otterbein today, we talked about, I think the thing I said before the game was you want to come in and probably have a checklist of things you want to accomplish. And obviously the biggest check mark, which is getting a win, is not going to be accomplished. But I would have to imagine that if Coach Schaefer looks at this film, he will say, this is the best my team has played all year.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
And if we can bottle this up and do it again, this team can win 5 or 6 games if they play like this.
Thomas gets the carry inside the 40 to the 39 and down at the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. Second down and 7 as we're under the 4-minute mark now. Purple Raiders in front 21-0. I
mean, look into the rest of their schedule. They go to Baldwin Wallace next week. We've seen B-Dub and them. This team is better than Baldwin Wallace that played today, I think. Then they go to Wilmington. They should win that game. They play Capital here at home, the big rivalry. If they don't beat Cap, I'll be mad.
Tell them, John. Purple Raiders 2nd and 7. Again, want to chew up the clock. Thomas. Nope, that's a Boudry fake. He's going to go. Noah 35. Noah first down out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
I can see why Cochran, the outstanding safety for Otterbein, is getting NFL looks there. He made a really quick decipher of who had the football.
Mm-hmm.
That's really tough. Left one-on-one in the island as the safety to come down to the line. And he looked at Thomas, realizes he didn't have it. And he even looked at Boudry and pointed to his defender next to him and said, he got me. He said that was a great play by Noah. And he's still shaking his head. He's mad about it.
Randy Cochran, a senior. Maybe be on the lookout for him at the next level.
I think he's got the skill.
Yep. First down, Purple Raiders at the Cardinal 31-yard line. Thomas gets it. It'll end around 30, 25. Thomas stiff arm to the 20 and out of bounds at the Otterbein 20-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Yep, they'll mark him out at the 21. Clock will continue to run again post-game coming up when we're done here. Guardians still lead the Tigers 5-0. Major League Baseball playoff action today. That game in the top of the fifth inning now in Cleveland.
21-yard line.
1-0 series lead will look nice, as you said, Sam. The ace for the Tigers being thrown in game 2.
What do you make of the day off in between when there's no travel?
I think you should play them back to back.
I do too. Boudry back to throw in the flat. Caught by Sanders at the 20. Tyrell to the 15 to the 14-yard line.
Pass complete.
Clock will stay in motion. 21-0 Purple Raiders. You know what, John, I do worry about the game. Not worry about it. Next week you mentioned, the BW game. I worry about a little bit of a letdown for Otterbein because they left it all out here today.
They did.
And not to say that they can't say, hey, you know what? Look what we did. Okay, let's go. You might see a little hangover. Not sure. But,
well, it's tough.
It's tough.
It's tough to repeat an effort, especially when you're a young team. And sometimes, too, and I think we see this a lot at the high school level, you get a young team that doesn't know any better. They look at the other team, and they've never faced them. They've never played them, and they say, well, what's so special about them? And there is something about Mount Union coming to your place. It's like, I'm going to tell a story here of high school sports, but I don't know if you remember this. Back in like 67 or 68, Massillon played Mentor, and Mentor beat them. And it sent shockwaves across Ohio because it was mighty Massillon, and nobody like that ever beat them.
And Mentor then wasn't Mentor now.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, when you don't know any better, sometimes you're just able to do things like that. And I think that's kind of Otterbein's case. But you hope that they build on this because there's a lot of talent on the field.
Motion to the right. Inside handoff, Thomas, 15, 14, 13, and they'll blow the whistle, please.
The ball carrier.
I'm going to mark him down at the 12-yard line. That's how guys get hurt.
I mean, could you imagine being here in 2008?
You know what? I'm trying to
4,500 people.
I'm trying to go back in time and feel that. You talked about the temperatures in the 40s, OAC Saturday. I don't know if they had lights back then. The lights were probably on, and it was a battle of 8-0. I mean, that would have been fantastic. Thomas trying to get around the left side. Broke a tackle one, broke a tackle twice, but not the third time, and taken down at the 14-yard line.
You know, made that tackle?
Randy
Cochran Jr.
I was told longtime athletic helper here, Skip Ford. He's the dad of the PA announcer, Brent Ford, and he's been around here for eons.
Time out of the field, by the way. Go ahead.
If you want to hear stories about the 08 game, talk to him. He'd tell you everything about it, probably. But he said to me, he said this Cochran kid, he said he's the real deal.
Real deal.
He said we've had NFL guys in here to look at him. They've scouted him. They've talked to him. I mean, if you're a Division III guy, and obviously Mount Union has been lucky to have the, Pierre Garçons and the Cecil Shorts of the world and those guys that carved out NFL careers. But if you get a guy in here looking at someone, it means you know how to play the game.
And you look at Cochran and you know.
Yeah.
You know within 2 minutes that the kid's a player.
Yeah, you see, it's the speed, it's the instinctual ability, it's just there's a lot of things.
Yvonne Merrick's going to come on and kick a field goal for the Raiders on a 4th and 14. This will be a 31-yard attempt, hash mark to the left. Raiders looking to add to their 21-0 lead. Franklin to put it down. Snap spot. Yvonne Merrick's kick is up, and it's no good.
Kick is no good.
Evidently pushed it to the right. And with 53 seconds left, Otterbein will take over 1st and 10. Again, Mount leads it 21-0. Post-game show coming up, and we're done here. Well, just a beautiful day for college football. Temperature was at 72 degrees when we kicked off today. Just a couple of clouds in the sky. Now, I do got to ask, did they have lights here when you went to school here at the stadium?
They did.
They don't play many night games,
No.
right? Actually,
Handful.
nobody plays a lot of night games in the OAC for whatever reason. Lassiter back to throw a crossing round, caught and dropped at the 25-yard line.
Kate Lassiter's pass complete to Zane Dooney.
Down to 38 seconds left in the ball game. If you're just checking us out, Purple Raiders in front, 21-0. Game was a 12:30 start today, by the way, if you're just tuning us in. Pass is caught, brought down at the 25-yard line. I don't know why they stopped the clock here. Did somebody call a timeout?
Ryan Poundstone on the stop for Mount Union.
So 2010, it was Mount Union 28, Otterbein 10. And I'm looking at the rest. I think that's the
Timeout,
closest
Otterbein.
it's been since 08.
Okay.
A reminder to all spectators to please stay.
I mean,
off
we're
the
not
playing
talking about
surface
like
after the
close
game.
games. Like we're talking 51-0, 48-0,
We must keep
66
the
to
field
7,
Clear and set up for our next event.
55 to
A
nothing,
reminder to spectators, please stay off the field after
51
the
to
game, as we will need
14
set
and
up for the next
17.
event. Thank you.
Yeah, there's been a handful of those 66-7 games, or thereabouts.
59-0 2 years ago. Last year, 51-14. Just been dominant. There was a couple times, 08 and 10, close games. Today, I'll add to the list.
Well, Lassiter fumbled a snap, fumbled it, picked it up, flagged down. Gee, many Christmas. Pass is dropped at the 41-yard line.
You know, here's another thing, a commentary on flag throwing. 18 seconds left in the game. Is it going to have an effect?
Yeah. Quarterback bobbled the snap, so he was going to, go down or do something. I mean, only 18 seconds left. So
you said what earlier, Sam? 1977?
Yes.
24-14. Rich Seals, I have no idea who that is, was the head coach. My history of Otterbein football kind of starts with Coach Loth that they had, Joe Loth.
Mm-hmm.
And then Tim Daup was the head coach when I went here.
Penalty marks the ball back to the 16-yard line, 3rd down, 15.
So the Cardinals now will scrimmage 3rd down from their own 15. Again, post-game coming up. Stick with us here. We'll do a quick wrap-up, get you some stats, and bid you adieu. And I have to do a quick turnaround here.
I think I got soccer coming up.
Yeah, they got soccer coming up. So they've moved the kickoff up an hour as Lassiter is taken down, and that should do it. So they're going to get ready for soccer, get the goals up, and transform it over so they can kick the ball around a little bit.
Our favorite stat when we win here, by the way, was that at some point, I don't know what the year is, my buddy who went to school with me here, 1891, Otterbein beat Ohio State 42-6.
Wow.
Fans, please remember to stay off the
Going
playing
back in the
surface
day
after
there.
the
Time
game.
has run out
For
here.
players outside the
And it
stadium.
was a bizarre day at Dwight C. Ballinger Field. Your final score, the Purple Raiders of Mount Union 21 and the Otterbein Cardinals nothing. Stick around. Post-game show coming up next on 1310 WDPN.
Gear up for game day with Grinders Above and Beyond, the spot for tailgating fun. Grinders has everything you need.
And SARTA will get you there. That's how you get into SARTA and get SARTA Smart. Visit SARTAonline.com/smart.
For over 80 years, Bonford Glass has been the expert when it comes to glass. You can count on the professionals at Bonford's for the latest techniques in glass repair, like the Aegis windshield repair system. The Aegis system can repair small chips in your windshield before they grow into big headaches. This revolutionary process takes less than an hour and can easily restore your windshield to its original strength. In fact, the Aegis windshield repair system is so effective that most insurance companies will waive the deductible and cover the entire amount of the repair, saving you and your insurance company up to 80% of the cost of a windshield replacement. The Aegis windshield repair system, just one of the expert repairs from Bonford Glass. They'll help you save money and make your windshield safer. Bonford Glass. Call 330-823-0450 or stop by at 30 South Union Avenue in Alliance.
We are back. Post-game show, 1310 WDPN, Q92radiosports.com. Sam Berkwin and John Bazika. Just about to turn 3 o'clock on this Saturday afternoon. Final score, 21-0 Purple Raiders.
Taking a look at the final numbers, Sam, not the game that a lot of people thought that it would be today. I think a lot of people expected one of those 59-14 kind of routes. At least I think you and I did this afternoon. But Otterbein hung tough, 21-0 the final score. Taking a look at some team numbers in this game. First downs, Mount Union outgains Otterbein in that category, 19-16. Rushing yards, this is where Mount Union made their mark again, 165-59. They outgained the Cardinals this afternoon. Lots of those because of sacks on the quarterback in Lassiter. Receiving yards, though, and passing yards, 208 for Otterbein, 199 for Mount Union. Lassiter has a better day today through the air than the quarterback Noah Boudry for the Mount Union Purple Raiders. Other key number, total yardage in the game, 372 for Mount Union, and for Otterbein, 267. Time of possession, Sam, 30 minutes for Otterbein. They possess the football, 30 minutes and 56 seconds. Mount Union just 24 minutes and 59 seconds. It was a big key. Otterbein really controlled time of possession a lot of the day and controlled the clock because of it. 5 for 13 on third down. Mount Union allowed Otterbein to be today, so Otterbein effective in that category. And Mount Union, whereas they struggled in that efficiency early in the game, they finished the game 5 for 9. I think this is a big stat. 12 penalties on Otterbein today for 130 yards. Just 3 on Mount Union for 35 yards. Taking a look at some of the individuals in this game. Noah Boudry, 14 for 19. Just 1 touchdown pass, 2 interceptions, just a little over 200 yards. Actually, 199 per the final stats. Tyrell Sanders, 7 catches, 107 yards, and a touchdown. Rushing the ball, Darnell Williams, 8 rushes, 83 yards, and a score. Echeverry, 8 rushes, 44 yards, and a touchdown. And Noah Boudry with 11 rushes for 26 yards. Thomas, 10 for 33. For Otterbein, found a lot of balance, actually, throughout their offense. 21 of 33 was Lassiter, 208 yards, completed 63% of his passes. And Cole, leading target, 7 receptions, 78 yards. Sam and I liked his game all day. Berardi, the tight end, second in reception, 6 for 57. Lassiter ran 24 times. He gained 89 yards, but he lost quite a bit throughout the afternoon, 41 on sacks. It ended up with just a net of 48 yards. One final number I wanted to give was the stat of our 2 key defenders that we were really looking at all afternoon. In the case of Randy Cochran, 4 total tackles, 1 solo tackle for loss this afternoon. And Rossi Moore put together an afternoon for Mount Union. 8 total tackles, 3 of them for loss on solo plays. All 3 of those were sacks. Final thing to look at are 3 key highlights this afternoon here on the broadcast. The 3 scores for the Purple Raiders. Their first one came with 4:53 in the second quarter. It took a quarter and then some for them to get on the board. And here's what it sounded like.
Coming up on 5 minutes of the first half, still no score. Baxter split. Cooper in motion to the right side. Boudry fakes it. Noah running. Got a little room. He's looking. He dumps it in the end zone. Touchdown. Purple Raiders. And finally, Mount Union is on the board with under 5 to go in the first half, and it's 6-0 Purple Raiders.
It's a 4-yard pass to Tyrell Sanders. It would be a quarter and then some again before Mount Union would find the board with 48 seconds in the third quarter. Purple Raiders finally added another one.
Give to Darnell. Anderson throws the block. There goes Darnell. 20, 15, 10, 5. He's gone. Touchdown, Mount Union. Darnell Williams into the end zone. And a 13-0 Mount Union late third quarter.
Really nice call there by Sam on the little sound effect add to it. We might have to save that for a later game. And the last score for the Purple Raiders, 9:35 left in the ball game. Been a quiet afternoon for Tyler Echeverry till this play.
And hey, why not spend some time in the sunshine and watch some football? Echeverry got the handoff 20, 15, 10, 5. He's gone. Tyler Echeverry into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Union. And he takes it in from 27 yards.
27-yard touchdown runs by Williams and Echeverry. The final two haymakers thrown to the face of the Otterbein Cardinals this afternoon. And it was a fight where the Cardinals, Sam, spent a lot of time on the mat, but they kept getting back up. And I'll tell you what, they knocked down Mount Union a couple times, but never enough to throw that final blow. And Mount Union lucky to come out of here with a 21-0 victory.
Yeah, they will improve to 4-0. The Cardinals are 0-4, but folks, keep your eyes on this Otterbein team. If they can regroup and not have a hangover effect, you think you can give BW a game. They could probably win some more games this year, and hopefully they can get this program back on track. As for Mount Union goes, methinks it's going to be a rough week of practice. As the fellas get ready for next week, they'll host Wilmington. We'll be back home in the friendly confines of Karis Stadium on Saturday. 1:30 kick as the Raiders take on the Wilmington Quakers. Again, that's next Saturday at 1:30. Then Heidelberg comes to town, but I'm sure they'll be working on a few things.
Yeah, and I think everything for them, you look forward to the OAC calendar and what comes at the end of the year, and kind of a lull in the schedule for Mount Union at this point before things really get tough. You know, as you said, Wilmington, Heidelberg, and then they follow that week with Ohio Northern, the week of the McKinley-Massillon game, Capital, and then their one other game that we really think, now we didn't think today would be a battle, so we never know, but we think the game coming up against Marietta, the penultimate game of the year, we think that could really be a real tight ball game. Don't know what Marietta is going to do today. We'll have to wait and see. They might be off today. I didn't check the calendar, but it might not be an easy year for them. It might not be just a roll in, strap them up and get out. And that's not a bad thing, because I felt like last year going into the playoffs, part of the reason why some of the things happened to them is they didn't get tested enough. This is good. This is good to have this happen this early in the year. You can afford this in the fourth game. You can't afford it in week 12.
Yeah, I would agree. Plus, the guys are going to buy in now. Fellas, we got to get better.
Yeah,
we got to get better. We got to get better. And you don't have that John Carroll game to look forward to at the end of the year. The BW game has come and gone. So now it's get better every week. Get yourself stronger. Get yourself bigger. Get yourself faster. And then hopefully you haven't peaked. By week 9 or 10. You take that into the playoffs, and hopefully you're playing, down in Texas in January. So we'll see how it goes. All right, partner.
Texas, January 4th.
That's right. I've already been doing some studying up of the stadium.
It's a really cool stadium.
22,000 capacity. It is nice.
And I think it's where the MLS team plays.
Yes, the Dynamo. Yes.
So,
and lots going on around the stadium.
I'm going to tell you this too. If we get to go down there, I know the best barbecue spot.
Oh, yeah?
Killen's Barbecue.
I like the sound of it already.
You don't walk up and they don't just you walk up and you say, I want a quarter pound of this, half pound of that, and they just give it to you. You have to pay. And some price.
Oh, you have to pay.
But it's world changing, life changing.
Wow.
Smoked turkey I had there was, oh boy. Thinking about it now, I'm already
We
hungry.
went to a barbecue place the year Mount played for the national championship, which was also in the Houston area. It wasn't, this was not the semifinal that I went to against. Well, somehow my audio is just gone. I don't even know if we're still with you. There we are.
There you are.
And that was a game against Mary Hardin Baylor. But this was for the national championship game, and I can't remember. But boy, I went to a barbecue joint down there, and they put it on the big tray. They put the big long paper towel underneath, and you just go and you sit down and you go. So,
Well, and the other thing too is that down there, the Tex-Mex food, that's where the fajita was invented. And I can take you to that place too.
All right. Well,
my brother lived in Houston for like 10 years, so I
know your way around H-Town.
I do.
All right. Well,
not too well, but
only 3:00 here, Johnny. We might have you take me to a spot down here in Westerville before we we head back home. All right. For my partner, John Bazika, and all the folks listening, and of course, the great job by the crew back at 1310 WDP and Sam Berkman giving you that final score one more time on a beautiful Saturday in Westerville, Ohio. Another good day to be a Raider. Mount Union 21, Otterbein nothing. You've been listening to Purple Raider Football on 1310 WDPN, streaming live at Q92radiosports.com. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
So here I am in line at Papa Gyro's. I order the Gyro Supreme. Suddenly, the lady behind me chimes in.
It's pronounced gyro.
Then the fella behind her says,
"It's a gyro."
I turn my back and I finish my order. I also need a large Grecian salad, some baklava,